Tomb of Annihilation with me, your DM, Michael. And as we have been moving forward, we've had some interesting developments over the last week. So, as of last session, the party concluded their fight with the clay golems that were in the temple of. Let me get that name because I'm drawing a blank on it.
Shagambi.
Temple of the Teleporting
Yep.
Cat.
Of Shagambi.
There we go.
As the party began the fight, Kaziri was outside playing with some Kamanon kittens and heard the noises coming from the inside and proceeded to join the fray.
Mm-hmm.
Throughout the fight, we had honestly the majority of the party drop at some point, short of Benning, I think, was the only one who didn't.
Yep.
Through that fray, though, and the clay golem still being alive, we had Rurik roll a natural one on a death saving throw, which led to his demise, regrettably. After that, the party had to figure out what to do, and moving forward, they ended up at a abandoned, decrepit adventurers camp that they found was once inhabited by the Company of the Yellow Banner. There was a note inside the lining of the tent that Kaziri found and read, gave them some more clues about what is going on with Omu and the Company of the Yellow Banner. After that, Cloggy discovered a creature moving through the buildings that he couldn't get a good bead on. Upon further investigation, they found some feathers and some rather large footprints that were 5 foot from heel to toe. The party took this as a prompt to stealthily follow, and it led them through the city for the majority of the day, past 2 more shrines and to what they found was an amphitheater. As they were there and night was falling, they began to make camp, and another individual showed up, which happened to be Havelak Rogue. During the discussions of whether Havelak could join their adventuring group and figuring out who he is and what he wants and whether or not he will kill them in his sleep, a series of 5 dinosaurs arrived and began assaulting the party. As that was happening, the King of Feathers showed up, and numerous attempts to hail the King of Feathers and cast magic on him and draw his ire ended up in the unconscious body of Benning in the mouth of the King of Feathers, with a final blow being dealt by Kazir, thus saving Benning's life. And that is where we left off, with them concluding the long rest that got interrupted and the start of the next day. So, the day is yours. Anything you would like to do before we start discussing locations?
I want to not fall out of my chair to begin with, but that's out of character.
I get up, I go over to Kaziri, and I just give him a hug.
What? I didn't expect this at all.
I was literally dead meat. You saved me, thank you.
Are we doing group hugs?
Not so tight, Wally. Yeah, but I don't think you were quite aware of this, but we may have botched chatting about Havlicek a little bit. I may have lost my temper when I would ask a question, and he would give an answer to a question I wasn't asking. So, just a heads up, we may have to deal with that later on.
Well, I think that you, from what I gathered from the conversation beforehand and then the fight itself, you were well within your right to get pissed at him, lose your temper a little bit, and cross that bridge when we come to it, much like any other bridge that I've decided to waylay.
All right. So in the meantime, I guess we all just watch our backs, and I'll stop falling asleep during watch.
Well, I don't know if you guys noticed when we were chasing down the King of Feathers, we actually passed a couple of shrines on the way. Um, and unless these ones conspicuously also have frog monsters, might be a great place to start. On the map, they were 12 and 10. We're right by 12. Might make sense to go there first.
You guys do have control of the "You Are Here" token now, so you can move where you want, and I can tell you what you see.
Ooh, interesting.
If that's the case.
Are we done exploring the amphitheater?
Well, I wanted to go out there and check the acoustics, but that's not really adventuring.
Want to make sure we covered what thought we were already at.
Right, yeah. No, I think that's fair. Can we look around the amphitheater then, see if there's anything of value, use?
Yeah, you guys can look around.
Alright, investigation check.
Yup.
Ooh, alright. 23.
Alright, looking around, beyond what you found inside the exploded T-Rex, you are finding massive quantities of fertilizer that stand about 5 feet tall, and if you were behind this T-Rex when he took a shit, could easily have buried a dwarf. There are footprints, shedded skin, feathers, many, many bones, but beyond that, there is nothing of value. Feathers, though, are in scarlets, oranges, and green hues, and they're very long and slender.
Interesting.
What I'd like to know is, do these feathers somehow sprout out of this creature, or were they attached somehow? I'm still weird on the concept of how a fucking dinosaur can have feathers on it, even though they all were supposed to become birds. So
yeah, it's similar in fashion to the bird. There are plugs in the skin, essentially, where these feathers grew out of, from what you can see of the remaining flesh.
Well, since we've seen cats with snakes coming out of their shoulders, I guess that's not too much further beyond that.
I'll take
at
one
this
and
point-
put it in my kit just in case. I don't know. Maybe come in handy later.
Yeah. Are there any skulls, like humanoid-sized skulls, around the area?
As you're looking around, you are seeing some humanoid skulls. You're seeing some snake-like skulls. You're seeing, different varying creatures. You're seeing comedons and.
Mhm.
You know,
I'll grab one of the humanoid
birds.
skulls, and I'll just hold it up like I'm doing the soliloquy from Hamlet until someone stops me. I'm not going to actually say it because there's no need. Junior year of high school humanities class.
You doing Mel Gibson Hamlet or Adam Sandler Hamlet?
Kaziri's going to try to act in pure Shakespearean Hamlet, but it's going to end up more Adam Sandler. Maybe perhaps with a little Nicky voice.
What did we find on the King of Feathers? I didn't write.
I got that. We
Yeah.
found in his exploded remains an electrum platter worth 25 gold pieces,
Okay.
a 250 gold piece ceremonial death mask,
Uh-huh.
and then the helm of telepathy.
Helm of Telepathy.
Yes.
That
Hell, you say?
that sounds pretty badass. I did not hear that last time.
Because you were
I
unconscious.
was there. Helm of Telepathy. Interesting.
Yeah, go ahead and put it on.
Yeah, I would. I'm actually gonna
What
hold
am I
on to this.
thinking?
Later on, I'm gonna cast Identify on it.
That was what I was thinking. It works.
Huzzah! All right. Everybody, all right with going to the shrine at number 12?
I have no objections because there's nowhere I really want to go.
All right. Kaziri, put that head down. We're on the move.
Okay, so to number 12. Let's move you all over to the 9 shrines.
Did they put online shrines on the same map page?
Yep.
Yeah. I love when they do shit like that.
Yeah.
Not really. I lied. I don't love it at all. Ah, we're back in the Temple of Shigambi.
Yeah.
Ah, no! The Shrine of Shiitake.
I gotta group you guys all together.
Wally's back to being unconscious.
Ah, it's the same damn shrine.
Whoosh.
Are we really back here?
I'm gonna be honest, guys. I have some.
Alright, you're southeast.
Ah,
There's south. There's west.
Yeah, this one page really just slows my fucking computer down.
All right.
So, what you all see before you is carvings of monkeys hanging by their tails decorate 2 cracked obelisks that stand before a shrine enclosed by broken walls. Past the obelisks is a courtyard filled with horsetails and arum lilies. 5 archways open into darkness at the base of the ruin. Mounted above the central arch is a stone plaque bearing a cuneiform inscription.
is it an Olomuin?
Make a investigation check. But you have to enter it first, so. I mean, if you want to try and read it from this distance, 9.
I've seen Olomuin a few times now. I've translated it. Not that I know what it says without casting comprehend languages, but maybe we got to recognize the script.
Yeah, you
My
recognize.
back. I
what's
can't hear
above-
anybody.
We can hear you.
We can hear you. Hello. Hello.
Aloha.
Bueller.
Testing. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing.
But to answer your question, yes, it does look like old Omuin from this distance.
Okay.
All right. So, what if the animals were designed to give us a clue as to how to get through this? What if we're not supposed to touch the ground, instead grow tails and swing through everything?
Well, the last one we went to had a statue of a Commodon outside of it, and then we got attacked by Commodons. So maybe we're going to get attacked by monkeys?
I'm going to be honest, I'm not going to enjoy that at all.
Okay, now that I'm back.
Monkeys can't hurt us, right?
Well, by that reasoning, then we shouldn't be afraid of the stupid frog monster either.
But he's a frog monster. These aren't monkey monsters.
Right. Well, the sayings or the graffiti that we found is obviously some of it's misleading because it didn't give the King of Feathers didn't give a shit if we were hailing him or not. He ended up having to kill the fucker. So
Oh,
Maybe they just got advice.
I thought it said is put holes in the King of Feathers.
well, that's what we ended up doing. But
That would have been better.
I didn't realize we failed that mission.
so who's to say that this frog monster isn't actually just something cuddly that Wally can hold on to?
Yay.
With your guys' permission, can I do a little reconnaissance and I grab like a small pebble or something that like a rock that's throwable? Are any of those around me, Mike?
Oh yeah, there's plenty.
All right. So I'm
Let's
gonna
try
grab one of those rocks, and I'm gonna get right in front of Wally here. I'm gonna throw it down the central chamber as far as I can. See what happens when it hits the ground.
Okay. Well, as soon as you step to where you're at, you end up hearing in your head, not that one. I hit the wrong one. This one.
Guys, there's people making rubber balloon animals here.
What is, in your opinion at this point, rubber balloon animals is actually a cacophony of monkeys. Their shrieks are piercing and painful inside of your head. There seems to be no source. But as you move through, the sound fades and there are no ill effects from it.
Interesting. Psychic
Yeah, who
monkeys.
has ill effects from rubber balloon animals? Guys, I think everything's okay here.
Kaziri just invented a whole new industry, rubber.
Just wait until we learn how to vulcanize it.
Scott, did you mean to send me a blank whisper?
No, I'm trying to figure out how to do this.
Okay. But nothing happens when Kaziri throws the stone?
Nope. Nothing happens when Kaziri throws the stone. It just goes right down the hallway and you hear the tink, 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 and the echo through the shrine.
Okay.
I pick up Kaziri and throw him down the hallway.
No, please don't. No, 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 no.
Make a strength check.
Ah!
Just kidding.
Nope, you said it. It's happening.
I've had too many hugs today.
Where is the plastic or whatever it was that had the old moving on it?
It's right above the door here. Basically, it goes from the right and left sides of it.
I didn't see a ping.
Oh. Stupid. Right there.
Oh, okay.
Right above that main entryway.
Yeah, I will. Guys, please cover me for 10 minutes while I cast this spell. Do I get blasted by psychic monkey screeches when I walk through?
Yep. Psychic monkey screeches for anybody who passes through those obelisks.
Psychic monkey screeches. All right. And then I start the ritual casting of comprehend languages.
Okay.
And I'm like on guard next to him.
I will ready Eldritch Blast if anyone perturbs that spell.
All right. Since Wally is on watch, make a perception check for me.
Okay, I should have gotten my dice out.
Usually helps when playing Dungeons and Dragons.
We backed him into a corner. He automatically fails.
7.
All right. Looking around, keeping an eye on Benning, you see some jungle creatures flying about, some, monkeys jumping through the trees off in the distance, and a little ways down the pathway leading up here, you swear you saw one of the Commodon cubs run past, but that's about the extent of it.
To the north?
To the south.
To the south.
Yep. But you're not sure. It looked like one, but you're not sure.
I'm going to kind of train my attention that way.
Okay. So, as the 10 minutes come to a conclusion, Benning gains insight as the old Omuan script changes from its cuneiform nature into essentially common, and it reads, "Better to be Wango's friend than his enemy."
Wango, huh?
Wumbo.
Can you spell Wango for me?
Wongo.
Thank you. Interesting. Alright, that's not cryptic or anything. Alright, guys. So it says better to be Wango's friend than his enemy. Not really sure what that means, or if it's just another, like, oh, hail King of Feathers, so you can get your ass bit while you're bowing, kind of thing.
I know that whenever I hung out with my friends in Neverwinter, I was always supposed to knock on their doors before I just walked in. What if we tried that?
I think that's fair. Polite, at the very least.
Yes.
DM, is
Go
there
ahead.
a door that's closed?
There are no doors. There are open portcullises, but that is about it.
Wally, go ahead and try knocking.
Should we knock on the wall?
I just punch the door. or wall or whatever we have here.
Okay, make an attack.
Hello.
17.
All right. You hit this wall like this wall has never been hit before.
Because who hits walls?
Roll damage for me. I'm curious about something.
Okay. 7. Wait, is it +3? Yeah, 7.
Okay.
And here's how the party died, trying to be polite as hell.
I'm not used to knocking.
Down the hallway, you essentially see dust and some debris fall from the arched roof of this hallway, and then about a fist-sized rock falls out.
Well, at least it wasn't a corpse.
Sorry. Hey, sorry. We'll put that back. We just wanted to make your acquaintance.
I don't think the rock is Wongo.
Look, we don't get a lot of clues here. So I'm just gonna assume everyone's Wongo.
All right. I would like to step around Wally and walk forward into the shrine, whilst keeping an eye out for traps.
All right, make an investigation check as you move.
15.
All right, moving through the hallway, it is carved of smooth stone. It is the stone you have seen pretty much everything in Omu being made out of. As you reach that central room with the star, a 10-foot tall stone statue comes into view.
Ooh.
It is of an evil-looking monkey balancing on its tail atop a stone dais in the middle of a 20-foot high chamber.
Hey guys, you remember when our biggest problem was a turtle?
The statue's limbs are splayed with hands and feet cupped. And you think there is something on the wall behind it, but you can't really see from this perspective.
When when I arrive, can I take a quick glance around the room to see if there's anything roughly the size of Wongo's? Because I'm assuming this statue is Wongo. If there's any items roughly the size of the cupped hands and feet.
Okay. Well, as you guys move into the room, since none of you have moved off to the side though, 4 masks of painted stone protrude from the walls. They depict the heads of a lion, a zebra, a boar, and a vulture. But make an investigation check on the room from where you can see right now.
Okay, straight roll. 16.
There doesn't appear to be anything in the room that seems to fit. Oh, by
Okay.
the way, I forgot to mention this. It is actually raining today. It's not a heavy rain. It's just a kind of nice, cool, gentle rain, like spring rain.
What, there was a lion, a zebra, a vulture, and a what?
There is a
Vulture,
lion, a
zebra,
zebra, a boar, and a vulture.
What was what I missed?
I rolled a 0 for my investigation check, by the way.
There's a big statue in here, and it looks good. It's a monkey.
You just noticed that your outfit had pockets.
Holy fuck, pockets. Pocket
Did you
Sam.
guys? There are these things in my pants. You could probably like put stuff in here.
Isn't that where you had that kitten?
You're right.
Are there anything in the cupped hands and feet of Wongo?
No, they are empty.
stones, coins, anything like that? Not empty, huh?
No, they are easily enough to tell as being empty.
Gotcha.
I got an idea, guys. And if this goes poorly, run the fuck away. And I'm going to take out 2 gold coins, and I'm going to drop them into the cupped feet of Wongo.
Shigambi.
So, nothing happens. Benning, are you still looking around in this chamber?
I'm sort of
Anybody
investigating
else
the
still looking
statue.
around?
And as I kind of like go around it, you said that looked like there might have been something on the back wall, so I'm kind of like checking around as I'm inspecting the statue more.
Okay, just make another investigation check for me as you move through.
Okay. These are getting lower. 12. No, 13.
So, as you move around the back of the statue, you notice on the wall behind, a sculpted relief shows a monkey-like creature tearing into a giant serpent. But what catches your eye is your comprehend language's pings on a cuneiform symbol at the base of this statue that wraps around it, that for the most part has been covered in moss.
Oh. Okay. Well, last time that was pretty helpful, despite being a long thing. So I'll start to clear the moss off of the Olomuan script.
Okay. So, gotta go.
And
to
I'll exchange pleasantries with Wongo.
All right.
Very
you go.
atypical weather, aren't we having, dear statue?
And that is what it reads, Corey.
Wow. Okay. So I sort of read it out loud, so that everyone can hear me. It says, Wongo's friend knows where to pour the water. Do any of the fools... Go ahead, Wooly.
Is this like under a roof? Because you said it was raining.
Yeah, it's under a roof.
Okay.
Do any of the those full mask you said they're like stone statues, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do any of them look like water comes out?
Cloggy, can I get you to make an investigation check for me? You are honestly the closest.
Nat 20 becomes a 21.
You notice that these painted masks are done so that the paint doesn't really seem to fade. It seems to be that no damage of time has come to these masks, and looking at them, their eyes are actually not there. There are holes through them looking into this chamber.
So right now I'm wondering if a person were to put the mask on, if that person then transforms into that creature.
Well, these masks are mounted into the walls.
Oh, okay.
So do we have to walk around and look through their eyes?
Well, hey guys, these masks, there's something weird about them. It's almost like they're timeless or something. I'm almost positive that we're going to trigger something that's going to cause these things to come to life.
What
But I'm just
Scooby
guessing.
Doo's happening here?
In the tomb of fuzzy creatures, that stuff never happens to us.
Well, okay. Wait a minute here. I'm trying to piece some things together. So outside it said it better be Wongo's friend than his enemy. Wongo's friend knows where to pour the water. But thinking of the enemy thing, this relief here, if I'm correct, DM shows a monkey strangling a snake, or grappling with one.
It shows...
Which is like a King Kong ripoff, by the way.
I just lost the damn puzzle. It shows Wongo, which is a Sioux monster, fighting a Jakuli, which is like a snake, yes.
What's a Sioux monster?
You'll have to find out.
Right, but like it looks.
What
like
does it
a
sort
monkey.
of look
Yeah, because I'm looking at a relief, obviously, and it doesn't just say like
Yeah.
Sioux monster ?
Let me pull it up.
I mean, I don't need to know like exactly what a Sioux monster is for sure, but like, does it look like a ape type creature?
Just let me pull it up so I don't give you a bad answer on that. It looks kind of like a monkey. It is in the realm of a primate.
Okay.
Not so much a great ape, more of a monkey.
And it's just the monkey monster and the snake in the image.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting. Okay.
All right, I'm gonna go down this hallway and see what happens.
So you're still pinging comprehend languages because it hasn't been 10 minutes. So
It's
I
an
have
hour,
something
actually.
else for you.
The comprehend languages gives me an
Oh
hour.
yeah, I know. So I gotta pull something else up for you as you've been investigating the relief and they've been going through.
Are there is there any like exits to this chamber outside of the one we used to come in?
Nope.
DM, which one of these is the zebra?
Hold on a second. I have to give Corey some more information because comprehend languages.
That's fine. Take your time.
I am the information.
Are there any other what, Jace?
Which one of these is the zebra mask?
All right. That is this one.
All right. Well, I'm gonna head out this way, and I'm going to go down this hallway over here. And I go, hey, can any of you guys still hear me?
Can we?
Yeah, can we still hear him?
Yes.
All right.
So
I'm going to look through what I think is the zebra mask. And if I turn into a zebra, just kill me. End my life.
You got it.
I don't want to be a zebra forever.
So, through the mask, you see a ray of blue light falling onto the right foot of the statue of Wongo. Make an
Alright.
investigation check for me while you're in there.
Oh, that's gonna go well.
3.
Well, luckily, because of what these masks seem to have this timeless nature about them, and allowing you to see that beam of blue light you can't see in the main chamber, you notice that in the mask, there is that same cuneiform that you have been seeing throughout Omu, but you cannot personally read.
Hey guys, there's a foot bone in here.
I'm still trying to make heads or tails of this inscription.
Hey, quick question. When I looked through that mask, it sent blue light to the right foot of that statue. Are we supposed to spray our friends with water on the feet?
Maybe we need to look in all the masks and see where all of them
Yeah.
may point.
Where do I see this written, Mike?
This is written beneath the freaking.
The relief?
Yeah, thank
Okay.
you.
Okay.
So,
Alright, so basically, guys, similar to the last place, the last shrine we were in, there's like a story to this relief. So essentially, this monkey-looking fella, and I point at the relief, broke into Ubtau's palace to steal a pail of water for the Omuians. Ubtau, I think, is like sort of the ruler of the nine gods. He's the guy who we found a statue of in the jungle, and I got that find the path thing. So when Ubtao went to try to find the pail of water, the Sioux monster, the monkey thing, had hid the pail in a jaculi or snake-looking thing's burrow. Ubtao asked the jungle animals where it was hidden, and Moa, which is one of the things that we saw etched into the wall, Moa equals question mark. Moa was too honest to lie, and when Wongo found out how Moa had betrayed him, he vowed to catch the Jaculi and eat him. So I think that just reinforces that snakes are bad here. Snakes are not Wongo's friends.
So what it seems like here is we want to put the water in his feet and in his hands since they're cupped.
Yeah.
And we want to make sure that we keep it away from the snake.
Right.
So
You
there are four. There's how many masks are there for the
Four.
boar, the lion, the vulture, and the zebra?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. What if we inspect all these individually, and then there's four of us? We all look through them together and see what happens.
Did you say you saw something written when you looked through the one mask?
Yeah. There was first cuneiform bone that had something written.
Do you guys want me to take a look through each of the masks to see if there's something written, to see if maybe there's something that says, like, if looking through all four masks at the same time is the key, or if it's not, anything like that?
I mean, I'll bodyguard you throughout all that, but more information is better than less information.
Okay. So yeah, can I look through the zebra mask like Kaziri did, and try to identify
the inscription is written on the inside of the mask, but it's easily enough to read without looking through it if you want to.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to read the inscription on each of the masks.
Okay. So, if you... Where'd you go? Over here. To L. That is the lion mask. And it reads, I ate one of the boar's friends.
Wow, okay. I ate one of the boar's friends.
Actually, I should be doing this in the whispers. So I'm going to keep doing it. Alright. And then I will send you the one for the next hallway over. It'll let me.
Okay, I just got the synopsis of the story written down.
Okay.
And I see that the one that you just whispered to me, I see that under which statue?
The next one to your right,
What?
which is over here in this hallway.
What? Oh, are these these are hallways?
Yeah, they're hallways.
Okay. So what did it say under the lion again? I ate one of the boar's friends.
Yeah.
Does the boar say I ate one of the lion's friends?
What animal is the thing about the vulture under?
There. So the one to the left there, I just sent you.
Okay.
I'm sending you the one that Jay looked through now. So.
Ooh. Interesting. Okay.
And the one on the far right wall. So is anybody going to go with him, look through masks, see what they see, any of that?
I already said I was going to.
You're going to look through all of them?
No, I was going to wait for him to tell me which ones to look through.
Okay. Because you're the only one who's fully aware of seeing the light.
Dibs on vulture.
All right, guys. This is a puzzle to try to figure out. I think who is Wongo's friend. This is sort of like a he said she said kind of thing. It seems so. Under the lion mask, it says I ate one of the bull's friends. The zebra mask, the one you look through, Kaziri, it says my only friend starved to death. The vulture it says one of the others has no friends. And the boar's inscription says, the vulture is lucky to be alive. So,
Is the vulture the one that nearly starved to death?
well, so the zebra one, it says my only friend starved to death, so it did die. So that's probably not the vulture, but that means the zebra has no friends.
Sure.
And then the vulture has no living friends.
It says the vulture is lucky to be alive. That's all it says about the
Oh,
vulture.
sorry. I got that back.
So the lion said, I ate one of the boar's friends. So the boar still has friends, it's just one of them is eaten. The zebra doesn't have any friends. His only friend starved to death. The vulture says one of the others has no friends, which would be the zebra. And the boar says the vulture is lucky to be alive. So maybe the boar is the key because he has friends and the vulture seems unsavory and the lion is eating people, so he's probably not got friends either.
The vulture seems unsavory.
Well, yeah, because he's lucky to be alive, so like maybe that means the vulture inscription is negative about others. One of the
What
others
is the vulture's key clue again?
The vulture's clue is one of the others has no friends.
So, because the vulture is kind of a jerk for pointing that out.
Maybe, yeah. Kaziri, did you notice anything when you looked through the statue?
Yeah, when I looked through the zebra, it sent a blue ray of light to one of the feet of Wongo. So, I'm certain. I'm not really that certain. There's a lot of concepts of friendship I don't understand, but I've never had to point his feet.
Right. And if the zebra wouldn't have been Wongo's friend because his only friend starved to death.
Yeah. So we could sit there and we can cross that one out. But
I gotta make.
Should we look through the boa mask and see what that one?
It's just something I gotta change. Don't worry about it, Scott. I'll get
Okay.
to it right now.
what if it was?
You're good now.
I
Just
ate
gotta go
one
down
of
the
Boar's
south.
friends.
Okay.
Vulture is lucky to be alive. One of the other. So what we know now is that the vulture has to have a friend because he sat there and said one of the others has no friends.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
if the vulture has to have friends, and the clue says that the lion ate one of, but not all of the boar's friends. I have it down between boar and vulture as our two options.
Mm-hmm. I'm thinking we look through the boar statue mask.
Why don't we look through all of them, and then we decide what makes sense? Maybe there's a clue through what we see.
Sure. Yeah.
For safety, should we look through one at a time and then decide?
I mean, nothing happened to you when you looked through the zebra one, right?
Yeah.
I like that idea, though. We each pick one, we look through it one at a time, and then we can figure out if we want to do either the combination of the two you've narrowed it down to, or if we want to do all four, like Wally said.
So we just look through each of them in 10?
Yeah.
Okay.
Once again, for security's sake, can we have everybody take a partner? And we'll look through each one of them in turn, so if shit does hit the fan, you have one person to protect you and run to get to help.
Okay, I vote that Kaziri is not the one looking, since he's the only one who can, like, stop people from dying.
Well, he's already taken the zebra mask, so.
Right, yeah, but for the other ones. So I will, curiosity is really getting the better of me. I'm going to look through the bull mask.
Okay. So,
And I'll go with him for security detail.
when looking through the boar mask, you see a ray of blue light falling onto the left foot of the statue.
So it's the opposite foot from the zebra, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then I don't notice anything else.
Nope.
Alright.
Just a ray of blue light. You got the lion and the vulture left. Who's taking what?
So we've got right
Lion.
foot. We've got left foot.
I think Wally said he wanted to look in the lion one.
Wally's taking the lion.
Yep.
All right. So, lion, lion, lion. All right. There you go. In the chat for you.
It's like a blue light to the right hand.
So would it be safe to say, Cloggy, you are taking the vulture?
Sure.
All right. All right. All right. And there you go. In the chat for you. Secrets, secrets. Everybody has their secrets.
It's probably no secret that the blue light fell onto the left hand through the vault.
So here's knowing what we know now, and knowing how most people like to carry their water. Would it make sense that we look through the vulture and the lion at the same time, so that both rays go into the hands?
But are they his friends?
I think the idea of friends is that,
Friends know where to put the water.
yeah,
But
because I don't have a better idea than looking through lion and vulture at the same time, putting the blue light into both of the hands.
I mean, everything's capped. Why don't we just do our full, since there's 4 of us?
I'm a little worried about choosing all of them as our first choice.
because that's not friends knowing where to put it.
Because it does say that one of the animals has no friends,
Right.
which means that it's no friend of Wongo.
Which
and
would be the zebra.
Yeah, if we think that the zebra is the don't look through that one, and we look through all.
Sure.
So I'd say let's go lion vulture first, and then see what happens, and then we regroup.
Sure.
Once again, I'll work security detail.
I'll take Vulture.
Okay, so you're gonna look through which ones?
So Benning and I are going to go into the hallway of the Vulture. Benning's looking through Vulture, and I'm going to protect.
Okay.
I
He's already
guess we'll,
looked through Vulture and seen the beam of light, so.
Yeah.
Right, and we're gonna do Vulture and Lion together.
Okay. So, Wally's gonna go look at the lion map.
Yep. I like pretending to be a lion.
The exact same thing happens. Vulture mask shows that ray of blue light on the right hand of the Vulture is left hand of the statue. Wally, you see a ray of light falling onto the right hand of the statue.
But nothing changes on the statue
Nothing
or anything like
changes.
that.
If we had to pick one, who do we think is his friend?
I mean, that's the case. I will go down to the boar and look through that mask as well. So we look through everything but Zebra.
If we have to pick one, who's his friend?
Yeah, guys, I'm thinking we have to pick which one is Wongo's friend and pour water in there ourselves. I'm thinking.
Yeah, I think I'm not contributing with my mind, so I'm gonna go out into the rain and just gather some water.
Okay. Easily enough done. It's a decent rain.
Okay.
All right, so we know for a fact it's not Zebra. Anybody but Zebra is Wongo's friend.
Wally, put the water into his hands while also making a lion sound.
Both hands?
No, I don't
Well-
think that's right.
Is it the lion?
There is one answer here. We're
Is
just
it
not-
the lion?
No, it's
DM?
One-
I don't have
Yeah.
it in my notes. I just wrote statue of Ubtaub. What does Ubtaub look like?
That is some callback shit right there.
Yeah, I mean that was a long time ago. But like I said, I only wrote statue of Ubtaub. That was probably a misstep.
If I was fighting a snake,
Because whatever Ubtaub looks like, he's also probably not Wongo's friend, and that might help.
I'm gonna try and find you a good description, right?
Red Wally, if you were fighting a snake, who would you want fighting with you?
A vulture.
you.
Well, I pour a little bit of water into my hand.
Actually, that is a good point though, Wally. I think if you were to be fighting with a serpent, having a bird of prey would be the best ally.
There isn't any good description of him, so essentially he looks like the native Chaltons you have seen. You know, all of the statues are, think like Zeus, but as a Chalton
Sure.
and using a spear versus lightning and not
Yeah.
being gray and old, but the same kind of physical build, strong,
Yeah.
powerful Chalton gladiator type.
Okay. Monkeys hanging from tail.
Is there a dragon turtle mask around here?
Make an investigation check.
3.
You don't find a dragon turtle mask, but you find what may have been at one point a beard of a dragon turtle. A bead. In
Beard?
between some of the grout in the floor.
Based off of
More.
which limb was the vulture? Was it left or right?
Vulture was left hand.
Left hand.
Okay. I'm thinking,
Um,
guys. So this statue. One thing we're thinking of is we're thinking of him as a good god, but clearly he's a trickster. Also, in the description of the monkey statue, it did say evil looking. So what I'm thinking is vultures have a bad connotation to them. and he's lucky to be alive, but also a vulture would be a good help in fighting a snake. So let's try pouring water on the left hand.
Okay, I put up my hands in like the L's, to remember which direction is which.
I
and,
identify the left hand for him.
Pointed.
and then I pour some water into the left hand.
Okay, so as you pour water into the left hand, the only one who hears this, Wally, is take the prize and curse your friends or fight my children to claim it. What is your choice?
I look at Wally and I assume nothing's wrong.
So just to clarify, you said take the prize and fight your friends, or fight
curse
my
your
children
friends.
and curse your friends, or fight my children to claim it.
Yep, what is your choice?
I fight.
And, with that, as the water, you hear this, the puzzle cube appears in the hand.
I
So
snap.
as you're hearing this voice, the puzzle cube has appeared in that left.
I wait for something to appear, like other things. Bad guys.
So you're not taking the cube?
Right.
Then I need you all to roll initiative.
How could we have been cursed more?
Fuck.
Hey!
Player tokens. So that means I have to change music.
Bum, 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 bum.
Stupid YouTube. Alright.
Jay, was that one of like the original battle songs that I was using?
Zero Benning.
I don't
Yep.
know.
Yeah.
I think it was. There Be Dragons was the title of it.
Well, speaking of dragons, Game of Thrones comes out tonight.
Yeah, it does.
Don't say a word.
What I will tell you is that we are 100% not sponsored by HBO Go, or Game of Thrones.
We are sponsored by the infinite time it takes George R. R. Martin to write books.
Yes. we are 100% sponsored by Concept. Ooh, why do they look like... Now, they might be upside down, but they 100% look like those monsters from the garbage disposal scene in Star Wars A New Hope.
So, what happens from not taking the cube is the portcullis at the end of the hallway slams shut, as 4 Sioux monsters are teleported into the room, and they cling to the statue like startled children to a protective parent.
Oh, they're upside down monkeys.
There you go.
They look really mean.
Up first, we have Wally.
All right, let's punch this guy, or hit him with my staff.
Okay,
23 to hit.
that'll hit.
8 bludgeoning,
Okay,
and again 25 to hit.
that'll hit.
5 bludgeoning,
All right.
and then flurry of blows. 21 to hit. I'm rolling great.
Yeah, you are.
6 bludgeoning.
Okay.
22 to hit.
Yeah.
9. Nice.
9 more.
Yep.
All right, you have killed yourself a monkey.
Oh my god.
I roar like a lion.
Make a zebra sound.
All right. Next up, we have the monsters.
No, that's a fart.
All right, that guy's gonna go there. Those two are going after Benning.
Okay.
All right. Da, 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 da. Actually, I'm gonna. Yeah, since he's quitting the statue. Actually, one of them's gonna make an attack. One of them's gonna use its psychic crush on you. So I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Who's you?
Benning.
Wisdom?
Wisdom.
Alright. 11. Fuck.
Meets it, beats it.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. All right. You feel this just massive psychic pressure start to invade your head, but you shake your head, gain your bearings again, and shrug it off.
Nice.
This one is then going to make physical attacks at you.
Okay.
All right. That is a 18 to hit.
I'm going to use my reaction to cast shield. Make it miss.
Okay. Well, he's going to follow through with the second attack. That's a total of 10.
Alright, he misses.
This one to the south is going to try and crush Wally. So I need a wisdom saving throw.
Come on. Ooh, this isn't going to be good. 6.
So you feel this pressure start to invade your head, and as much as you want to and as hard as you try, you can't shrug it off. And I need more dice.
Uh-oh.
I don't like that.
I wasn't expecting anybody to fail this.
I wasn't expecting to roll a 4.
I wasn't expecting to make wisdom saving throws.
You take 23 points of psychic damage and
Oof.
are stunned.
What?
So,
I have to look up what that is.
that would conclude.
Wally, do you have a headache right now? Because your status effect definitely makes it seem that way.
So
All right,
bad, so bad.
Benning and Kaziri, what's your initiative modifier?
Benning probably is going to have a higher modifier.
You have a +7.
I
Okay,
don't.
Benning's up first.
Okay.
So stunned, incapacitated, it cannot speak or move, fails strength and dex saving throws, and attack rolls against you have advantage.
Yeah, so I'm just rolling on the ground, squeezing my head.
Yep, you're just kind of there.
Wow. Okay. Alright, so to start my turn, I'm gonna cast I'm gonna whip out my Wand of Fear, and I'm gonna cast command on this Sioux monster next to Wally, in between Wally and Cloggy. And command it to grovel. So it's a DC 15 wisdom saving throw.
Made it.
Succeeded.
Yep.
Buttfucker. Alright, second level spell slot. I'm casting Shatter, sort of back here, so that it hits both of those monkeys, but not me. So they need to make Constitution saving throws, and they take damage no matter what. So
Okay.
fuck them. Alright, 18. Cool.
10-foot radius. So you gotta. What's the circle you're drawing?
So it'd be like that, basically.
That would just catch you. Because it just encroaches on the square you're in, so.
Oh, shit. Okay, never mind. This room is too small for that, I guess. So instead, I will... Dude, fuck. Let me click. Jesus. I'll cast Snillick Snowball Swarm instead. Here. And that only hits the monkeys, not me. Then you make a dexterity saving throw then. 16, DC 16.
Okay. That first one is definitely going to be a fail. Both of them are fails. I rolled 3s.
Okay. Oh shit. I rolled the same amount of damage with 3d6 as I did with 3d8. They're 3 6s, maximum damage. 18 cold damage.
Alright.
Holy shit. I never do that.
Until
Okay.
now.
And that's it for me. That's action, bonus action.
Kaziri.
Alright, so I'm going to head forward and out like this, provoking the opportunity attack from crazy angry monkey monster. And then if he's not going to take the attack of opportunity, I'm going to go with it.
I'll let you finish first.
I kind of want. It's going to change what I do depending on how he.
Well, are you actually moving into the square to take the attack of opportunity, or are you going to be
Yes.
angled?
No, because I have to go around the corner, so I can't diagonally go. So I'll potentially take.
Okay. That is going to be a 17 to hit.
That hits, and I'm also going to put in my Hellish Rebuke as my reaction.
Okay.
Ooh.
He's using his claw. So you're going to take... That is... Oh, crap. I'm having a shit time with math. That is going to be 12 slashing damage.
12 slashing damage. All right, and then it's going to have to make a Dexterity save.
Okay. That is a 7.
It fails, so it takes 3d10 fire damage.
Okay.
And I rolled decently, so that's going to be 13 fire.
All right.
And then I'm going to unload a pew pew into it. And the first one is going to be, and that's cocked. The first one is going to be a 16.
That hits.
All right, and that will be the maximum 15 force damage.
All right. You have killed yourself, monkey.
Wonderful. And then I'm going to send the second blast. I have to do it from standing there. Can I reach any of the other two monkeys around Benning?
I'd say it makes sense to shoot between me and Wooly for the one to the left.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
the
you
statue's there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
Curve the bullet.
One has half cover, the other has 3/4 cover, so you can try.
Yeah, I'll try.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going after the one with half cover, which I'm assuming is the one
Behind Benning, yes.
behind Benning. Okay, I'm going after that one then. That is an 11, so I'm assuming that doesn't hit.
That does not hit.
All right, cool. Then, with my bonus action, I can't do any of that. Never mind. That was my bonus action. Instead, I'll go like this. I'll go like this, and I'll cast Chill Touch. Or as we have learned, it's now Lich Slap at that guy.
Okay.
And that is a 15.
And you're stepping where again?
He
I
stepped
stepped diagonally.
5 feet northeast.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So does a 15 hit?
Yes, it does.
All right. So that's 2d8. There are my d8s.
I told Jay that if he didn't call it Lich Slap from now on, I was going to kick him out of the game.
12 necrotic damage.
All right. That is another dead monkey.
And that ends the turn of Kaziri Terripid, Cantrip Master.
All right. Clog ears up.
right, I want to step here. My computer will do it for me. There we go. And I want to, for my bonus action, fire firebolt at the remaining thing. Ouch. I'm thinking that 8's not going to hit.
No, it does not.
All right. So then I will walk towards it and attempt to melee with my battle axe, which I have swapped out my shield and axe for my longbow from last time, and that is a nat 20.
All right.
Ooh.
So that's, let's see, what's my other? +4 there. It is +4. 16 slashing damage.
How would you like to do this?
With malice of forethought.
Let's see. Does this monkey have a tail? This
Yes, it
creature?
does.
Okay. I'll slice its tail off and feed it down its own throat so it chokes on its own tail.
Oh, dear God.
All right. So you swing across as this monkey is hanging from the statue and slice its tail off. At the same time, you essentially let go of the axe and let it swing into the relief behind you, but you grab the monkey by the throat and are essentially strangling it. Grab the tail off of where it's hanging on the statue and begin to force feed it down its throat. You hear this horrible gagging, screeching, just pain noise emanating from it, combined with the
Does it
screams
sound a
coming
lot?
from Wally. It's just this symphony of pain you're hearing right now.
Does it sound a lot like when Homer Simpson choked Simpson?
No, it's much more guttural and visceral, not so much comedic.
Yeah.
Death by butt noodle. That's a new one.
All right. The puzzle cube is sitting in that left hand. The portcullis is still shut, and there's nothing else here.
Am I
Yet.
still in pain?
Make a saving throw for me.
12.
Nope, you come out of it as this last monkey dies, and you're hearing the finishing death gurgles of a monkey choking on its own tail.
Wow.
Ugh.
I take the tablet, the puzzle cube. How big are these things anyway? They're pretty small.
If I remember correctly, I just want to get information.
Will
'Cause
all
I had it
nine
at one
of
point.
them fit in my pocket?
Are they roughly the size of a Rubik's Cube?
Yeah, they're roughly the size of a Rubik's Cube. They are a stone cube, 3 inches on a side, and engraved with the image of a specific animal.
Is this one a monkey?
I'll give it to you here in a second.
It's actually a vulture.
I don't know if we did this one right, guys.
Well, of course we did. We got the puzzle cube. I mean, I'm sorry your head hit so bad, but like,
Would you like some aspirin?
but I believe this was a win.
Yeah. Nobody died. That's a plus.
But did you die?
I guess if we're measuring success by death.
I know. It's a very fucked up scale, but that's who we are as people.
There you go. You now have a puzzle cube in your...
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Wongo's puzzle cube. Did it. Fantastic.
All right, and guys, are we ready to get out of here? At that point, I turn to Wong. Thank you so much. You were a very great host. Return when invited, and I turn around and I walk away.
I bop him on the head.
So, Kaziri, as you're trying to walk away, you run into a portcullis.
Ow! God
Wait,
damn it!
It didn't open after we took the puzzle cube?
Nope.
Lame. Alright.
All right, that's it, you fucking monkey. I was nothing but polite. Nothing, and this is how.
Wally, do you feel like punching again?
Yes. Can I punch a gate?
You can certainly try.
Can I
punch
duck
that
when he
gate.
tries to jump kick this gate?
Yeah, that's like sprint down the hall and like leaping kick at this thing.
Make a strength check for me.
17.
You hit the bars, you hear that kind of ping, and you fall flat on your ass.
Ah.
I look at the statue of Wongo and I say, "Don't worry, we won't tell Ubtab." Anything happen?
Does absolutely nothing.
Fucking
Portcullis
shit.
is shut.
The law here is bullshit. Is there? Can I like go? So I'm confused a little bit about this map right now.
Down
The-
here, where these guys are, portcullises are shut.
Right, I understand that. What I don't understand right now though is these hallways. Are they accessible? Like, did
No,
we?
they are not. It is a mask that is carved into the wall, looking
Uh-huh.
into this space.
Okay.
Where's the
And-
vulture mask?
Over here. Just so you know, the portcullis closed from the top to the bottom.
Do I notice that?
Make a perception check.
8?
You do not notice that.
Okay, I'm punching the vulture mask.
All right. Make a strength check.
It's a timeless quality of this vulture mask, except for the Goliath-sized fist in it.
13.
You hit this mask, and it does not seem the least bit affected. It's almost like these masks are magical or something.
You know,
Punch it again. Punch it again.
you know, Wally. Typically, those portcullises they come down from the ceiling.
Okay.
You might
You
be
want me
able
to
to
punch
lift
the
it.
lion? Oh.
Maybe the four of us can try to lift it up if we can all squeeze in there. At the
That
very
will make
least,
us-
someone should help Cluggy out.
Yeah, because that will make us bigger. Oh, bigger.
All right. So you're going to try and lift it?
Can two of us do it at the same time or not really?
Yeah.
I,
You can
I
all
will
help
totally
figure out.
pretend to help. Like, I'll put my hands on, but Wally's doing all of the lifting.
All right. Can I get... We'll say Cloggy and Wally are going to do this, so I need a strength check from each of you.
14.
21.
So as Wally goes to start to lift this thing up, Cloggy literally walks up, grabs it with both hands, and just lifts it over his head. And just has that look of disdain of you guys are idiots.
Typical Cluggy fare.
Cloggy, you've known us for how long now? We don't understand how.
It's all right. That's why I stay with you guys.
Someone's got to be the smart one, and it's not Benning.
Ouch.
All right. So you guys are back out in Omu.
Nice. We did it.
We're not dead. Guys, can we take about an hour? A monkey kind of scratched at me, and I want to make sure that I don't have like monkey nucleosis.
We should have done that before we left the shrine.
Yeah. All right. Well, if I turn into a monkey, it's all your fault.
Well, no, I mean, it would have been better. Not doesn't have to be that way. Can we do that? Can we take a short rest? Around the shrine, maybe like in the hallway leading up to it or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, you're more than welcome to.
Cool.
Short rest?
Yeah, I'm gonna use
Okay.
2 hit dice then.
I'm
Where's
probably
my
going to need a
eights?
lot of them.
Ooh, that's 11 plus 12, 13.
I'm gonna use my arcane recovery to get a first and second level spell slot back.
All right.
Teen.
another shrine cleared.
Yeah. Another puzzle cube in the mix. Alright guys, what do you say? Number 10 next?
I have no arguments for or against.
That's what I like about you, Kaziri. You're easy going.
Yeah, the only argument I have against is let's not go to where there's lava.
Go to where there's what? Lions?
Well, that too, but lava.
Oh, lava. Yeah, yeah.
I mean, we've already been somewhere where there's lions. It turns out lions and monkeys do not get along at all.
How do you know?
Well, the shrine just told us.
How do we know that?
Because the vultures and monkeys get along.
I think really if we learned anything, it's that monkeys and snakes don't get along.
But we already knew that.
Yeah.
So where are you guys planning on going?
10. I'll move the "you are here" thing down there.
Okay. I need to shuffle some stuff real fast. Allow it. Nope, it's being a huge pain in my ass right now. Alright, number 10. Okay. As you guys are making your way down, it is much later in the day. But as you make your way to the shrine, I need to shuffle pages. Back to the shrine page. So, as night begins to fall, you see cracked monoliths flanking the entrance of this room. Saw-edged ferns grow in the courtyard between broken. A pair of stone doors provide entry to a large, flat-roofed ruin. So I'll move you over to 10. If it ever loads for me. But it is definitely tail end of the day here.
Okay.
One to the left.
Wonderful.
There you go. Can I get somebody to make a perception check for me, though?
Don't rely on me.
I'll do it. So many 5s. 10.
Well, luckily, as you come upon this ruin and make a bunch of noise, you see running across the courtyard of this ruin an Almirage, one of those little unicorn rabbits, runs across the courtyard and into its burrow.
Ooh.
Oh, that's probably adorable and deadly.
I look around for permission to chase it.
I just kind of like
Not yet. Not yet. Not yet.
So
I don't think you can fit in its den, though.
it
I
has
have long
basically
arms.
ran from here.
Let's secure the perimeter first,
like that.
then we can go after wildlife. Because, trust me, I want to make some wishes to that thing.
Oh, so it went from right to left.
Yep.
Okay.
And then it disappeared into a hole.
All right. So, depending on, with what happened last time with the balloon animals, I'm going to cross through the basilisks. And what sound do I hear?
You don't hear anything, but you do see on the door in front of you sculptural reliefs decorate the doors of this shrine. The carvings show a horned rabbit charging a small, feral-looking bear with sharp claws. A cuneiform message is etched.
Guys, they do a lot of riding on foot bones. Don't worry, that's only a joke that Corey's supposed to get.
It does seem strange that they're the same word, right? Or is the bone named after, like, is it because it's shaped like writing? I don't know.
Those crazy Latins.
Alright, well, I guess I'll get started on casting Comprehend Languages again, because that went away after the short rest, I'm sure.
Okay. Mm. Anybody gonna keep watch for him?
I'm keeping watch for the rabbits.
I'll keep watch for Benning.
And the message you discover above the door.
Huh, okay. This one is telling us to take the path least expected.
All right, let's go, guys. We've done all that we needed to here.
Literally or figuratively.
It says
Betting.
Ijin teaches us to take the path least expected.
Foggy, can I get you to make an investigation check?
Sure. Let me see what my mod is on that. 14.
Okay, I'm going to be sending you a whisper because you noticed something that Ben didn't. I have to find it because there's so many stupid stories.
Yeah, why are there so many animals in Omu? It's a city.
Why are all the animals Why are all the gods animals?
Yeah, what is this where Petco employees go to get trained, or
It's like it's almost like a totemic culture, but instead of totems, they're actually animals.
yeah? Did you say? Oh, totemic. Okay, I thought you said Teutonic.
So this is
What
what
do Germans have to do with this?
you're going to notice is, this one's actually going to be written in common just because I feel like doing common, and I think this is interesting. This is the story you read that Benning seemed to glance over because he was looking for a cuneiform versus common. But it is definitely covered in, the grime of being in a jungle city, and very well weathered because it is much smaller script, but luckily there's enough left where you can read it.
All right. So after hearing Benning read out the stuff that he found, I walk up and I kind of take my hand and I wipe away at the common script that I saw close to where Benning was. And I guess I start to read it. Aloud, of course. One morning, a wise Zorbo emerged from her hollow tree and spoke to the dying Omuan. To convince Ubtao of their worth, she decided to cook him a stew made from all their good qualities. Catching such virtues wouldn't be easy, so she asked a wily Almiraj to help her. The Almiraj snuck recklessly into the pot, which she saw as a virtue, and Ubtao spat out the stew when he tasted it. From that day on, Obolaka, the Zorbo, and Yin, the Almiraj, became terrible enemies.
Guys, is this a rabbit temple?
I think it's the opposite. I think the rabbits are not welcome here.
I think if we go in there and we start saying it's rabbit season, it's duck season, eventually we're going to confuse everybody, and then we can get what we want. All right. I'm done sweeping the perimeter, and I'm going to start by doing something adventurers have never done, and that's knock on the door for permission.
You gotta punch harder, Red Wally.
Hey, easy. We don't want to destroy the door. We just want to announce our presence. It's fancy.
Oh.
Yeah.
So why were the Omuans dying? Why do Zorbos live in trees? And how crappy can Almiraj be for Ubtao to spit it out?
Well, He snuck the virtue of recklessness into the stew.
Why do Zorbos live in trees?
What even is a Zorbo?
We're all gonna die, but this is the one I wanted.
Those are very practical questions, Gluggy.
Why do Zorbos live in trees?
I think Almirage just tastes horrible, maybe, as does recklessness, I guess, if that's the virtue that it was embodying.
Here, I'll read you the story again.
Thank you.
One morning, a wise Zorbo emerged from her hollow tree and spoke to the dying Omuans. To convince Ubutao of their word, she decided to cook him a stew made from all of their good virtues. Catching such virtues wouldn't be easy, so she asked the wily Almirage to help her. The Almirage snuck recklessness in the pot, which she saw as a virtue, and Ubutao spat the stew out when he tasted it. From that day on, Ubalaka, the Zorbo, and Ijin, whatever the fuck it is, I can't even find it right now, became terrible enemies.
Enemies to each other or enemies to Ubtao?
I'm thinking it's to each other.
Zorbos don't like Almirage. Because Almirage slips stuff into your food.
Because he was being wily and he ruined Zorbo's plan to save the Omuans. I think the Omuans were dying because of the Nine Gods having turned their backs on them at various times. That's been sort of a theme. Is it the... Yeah.
Has anyone answered the door yet?
Nope.
Is
Is
it
the
a push in or a pull out?
Well, I've been resolving story stuff. As that happens, though, the door basically, as you knocked on it, right?
So it's a push in?
Yeah.
Wonderful. Housekeeping.
You guys see before you. I'm changing pages, just so you know. This.
Whoa.
So you see before you a floor with multiple symbols carved into it. A 10-foot wide hallway strikes off in the gloom. Carved tiles depict various beasts decorating the hallway floor. So, let me give you a "you are here" token.
What the fuck?
Oh, I know these. These are tile puzzles.
Yeah.
You guys are down here.
And we have to not step on the bad tiles.
Whose house is this?
Actually, I may just say fuck it and move you guys over.
Do we know whose house?
It's mine now. This is the House of Redwall.
So yeah, that's where you guys are at now, staring into the gloom.
Okay,
At the
so...
very south end. I'm gonna copy your guys' tokens and move you over so you can dance on it as you see fit.
Crap. So we know the Almirages are bad, as are probably the monkeys.
Let's take a look at who the good person was in the story.
Almirage.
The Zorbo, but I don't know what that is.
This guy.
Okay, so keep in mind what the story was telling you. That is okay. So as you step onto that tile,
Bye, Wally.
let me.
That was the giraffe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Since you're the only one on the floor, what's your AC?
Uh-oh.
Oh boy. 17.
All right, 4 darts shoot out of the walls in line. 2 of them hit you.
Can I deflect missiles?
You can certainly try. I don't even remember what that does right now.
I can use my reaction to deflect or catch the missile when I'm hit by a ranged weapon attack.
Okay.
And I reduce the damage by 1d10 plus 3 plus 6.
So 1d10 plus 9.
Yeah. I'm just reading the thing. It says plus 3
Okay,
plus 6.
so are you gonna try and catch it or deflect it?
No, so it's the same technique. Like if he reduces by more damage than the projectile is worth,
But-
he can redirect
well-
it to somebody else.
Yep.
Okay.
So yeah,
Um,
basically, if he rolls and he turns the damage into 0, he catches the thing instead of deflecting it.
And
Oh,
then I can use a key point to then throw it back. But, so yeah, so one of them I'm going to try to catch.
Okay. You're automatically gonna catch it because they only deal for damage for the first one.
Yep.
But the second one, are you gonna try and deflect also, or catch?
Wait. I guess I don't know where these are coming from, so there's no point in throwing them back. So, I assume, can I only do this for one
I
of
think so,
these?
'cause it's your
things?
reaction.
If it's your reaction,
Yeah,
it's
if it's-
one.
Yeah, it's a reaction, so you can only do one. So the
Okay.
second one it will hit you. That will be 2 piercing damage, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Ah, shit, the poison dots.
That was bumped. Constitution 16.
All right. You feel the dart sink into your flesh, and you take only 1 point of poison damage.
You know what I've never understood about poison darts? Is they're always in ancient areas, and most poisons have a half-life where they stop being effective. But we never see that in these temples. Is someone constantly recoding these darts with poison?
Yes.
They're refrigerated.
Okay, so out of game, the answer is yes. In game, you don't know that. Like, legitimately, there is there are XYZ doing X.
People I'm not
abilities
aware
to-
of doing things I'm not aware of in order to make sure these darts are still poisoned.
In-game,
Yep.
my in-game Benning's conjecture is Rasa Nissi has the UNT going around and making shit suck for everyone all the time. Okay, so giraffes also are not good.
Giraffes aren't Zorbos.
All right, here's the deal.
Zorbo sounds like zebra.
Go for it.
Hold on, before we do that, we
Dude.
remember that the horned bunny is okay. So let's see what happens when I step on the
Wally.
horned bunny.
No, why-
Wally's already.
Oh,
You said Zorbo Zebra.
Yeah, but he also said hang on, and then you also said something just patently untrue, Kaziri. Horn Bunny is not okay. They are enemies of
Wally-
of Zorbo.
Is a man of action, and he has already moved, so... Da-da. 4 darts come flying at you, and they all pin into the wall behind you, but all of them miss.
What the fuck?
Okay, this one wasn't so bad.
Kaziri, what are you gonna do?
Even though it was patently untrue, I've committed to the idea, and I'm going to step on horned bunny because that seems
Okay.
unexpected.
Alright. Can I get you to roll 2d10?
2d10. Is this how much fire damage I take?
It's just how dead you are.
It's how many of those horned bunnies fall on you?
I rolled a 6 and a 1, which become a 7.
Add 7 temporary hit points.
What?
Here,
You know
I'll
the
throw
bad
you to
part
the
about
other
this?
one.
Is that I don't get to keep those if I cast Armor of Agathis.
The path least expected. Yeah, but then where do you go from there?
I'll throw you over to the other one.
No, we know the giraffe is not okay. So what if I... Yeah.
Here, Red
Here's
Wally.
the deal. I'm going to stand right here. We know that bunnies are not terrible. What about the boar right in front of you, Benny?
Yeah, I'll try it.
What if we set...
Wait a minute.
All right.
Oh,
The
sorry.
path, all the paths assume that you find one that isn't harmful, and you're going to want to stick with that, which means you're bouncing, jumping all over the place. What if the path least expected is a straight from where Kaziri is right?
Oh.
That's interesting.
It's almost too expected.
No, you know what? I'm
I
inclined.
mean, the arrow,
I'm certainly inclined to.
the arrow on the right upper. I'm sorry, Corey.
No, you go ahead. This is your train of thought. I'm inclined to believe it.
It's maybe pointing north, as in a map type thing, but it's an arrow is also straight as well.
Ooh.
I
Okay,
mean, we saw it happen when we stepped on the giraffe.
but
In
maybe
the
that's
first
not what.
row.
Yeah, so maybe
Yeah.
that's not what happens this time because you're going the path least expected. So try going forward.
All right, I'll try going forward. Nope, that's the wrong window. that scroll D&D Beyond.
Whoa, hey.
Oh, I was just
What?
looking what was underneath you. Yep.
Oh,
So I'll step forward onto the giraffe.
yeah,
All
I
right.
got the zebra underneath me.
You stepped onto the giraffe. Nothing happened.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm.
Actually,
I'm,
wait.
I
Where is no?
step on the
actually,
eagle.
Actually, with Kaziri, I've screwed up. We'll just run. All right. We'll see what is.
Nope, do it correctly. What happened when I stepped on the giraffe?
That would have shot darts at you, but Wally wouldn't have had darts shot at him for stepping on the zebra.
Okay.
Mm.
So I go follow him on the zebra then, because I was like, okay, giraffes are always bad. We've learned this much. So next, we have the dragonfly.
Dragonfly, eagle, or boar are your options.
I stepped on the eagle.
Are these
I
squares,
think the eagle's the best choice here.
I just went there.
these squares the typical 5 feet?
Yes.
Technically, I mean, can we just jump to the next zebra because it's only 10 feet?
I mean, individuals with
When we
higher
get-
athletic scores, I think, could do that.
But then when we get to the last zebra, third from the top on the left, there's nowhere else to go unless we can jump.
I can throw you, but Mike, am I safe stepping on the eagle?
I have to do some math real fast.
I don't like that.
No, the hallway is only 20 foot long. So
Wait, the whole hallway, 20 feet?
yeah, something. This is something I should have caught sooner because it doesn't 20 foot wide. So here's the problem that I'm running into that I didn't catch earlier. Was it says 32 tiles, 20 foot long, 5 foot or 10 foot wide. Each tile is 5 foot square. I didn't catch that math sooner. That it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Well-
someone made a typo when they said how tall it was, or how long it was, basically.
So it's 20 feet wide and X
It's-
feet.
20 foot by
It's 80.
Yeah, so what happens here is it's either we have to double the length and width,
40 foot.
or the squares are 2.5 by.
So they just
So with it
made it. They just wrote that it was 10 feet too short.
10 and 20 foot too short.
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna remedy the situation with an alternative. All right. As you stepped on to, what did you step onto, Jay?
I stepped onto the zebra that Wally vacated.
And Wally
Okay,
stepped onto the
nothing
eagle.
happened.
And I stepped
Okay,
on
as
the
you
eagle.
stepped onto the eagle, nothing happened.
Cool.
Now, Wally, you can step forward onto the bunny.
Do I get
Okay.
temporary hit points for stepping onto the albacore or whatever they're called?
Almirage.
Negative, Ghost Rider.
Okay. Do I
It
get
appears
hit?
to be only the first person that steps on there.
That's fine. Do I get hit by anything though?
No.
Okay, that's all if I can care about.
So, as you step onto that tile, Wally, let's see how many of these shoot at you. You gain, roll 2d10.
Oh.
That's how many arrows come at you.
You get 2 arrows shot at you.
4 total.
Okay, so you gain 4 temporary hit points. You have 2 arrows shot at you again. Are you going to try and deflect one of them?
Yep.
Okay. Then I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. 7.
You fail, and you take a full 7 poison damage.
Was there any piercing?
From that one is going to be 3 piercing damage.
Okay.
All right. Seeing as I got kicked out of Discord again after we discovered the mathematics error to Wally getting hit with darts, did I miss anything?
Nope.
They are actively moving through the puzzle,
He got some temporary hit points, but that's about it.
and then got some taken away.
Yeah. Immediately got hit. So I think the rabbits give you hit points, but they also might shoot darts at you.
What does the
Yeah.
dragonfly do?
Let's find out. Did you say that out loud?
Yes, but maybe Wally doesn't have to step on everything first.
Here's the deal. Oh, nope. Oh, god damn it.
Wally's willfully dying.
Yeah.
He just
So
wants to
as
figure
you-
it out.
As you step on the dragonfly, nothing happens.
Okay.
Yep, we're good.
All right, here's the deal. While that happens, I'm going to sit there and scooch ahead of him to the eagle.
Okay, as you step on the eagle, you're gonna, well, you guys are within 10 foot of each other. But we're gonna go after Kaziri because he's in the lead. That is going to be a 20 and a 23.
Both hit.
That is a 17 and a 13.
Nothing is good twice.
What? I'm sorry. Is that still to hit?
Yes.
17 hits, 13 misses.
Okay, so 4 darts come flying out of the wall. 3 of them are going after you.
Okay.
That is 1, 3, and that is a total of 7 piercing damage, and I'm going to need 3 Constitution saving throws.
All right. Well, the good news is I just lost all my temporary hit points. First Constitution saving throw, natural 20. Second
All right.
Constitution saving throw, 16. Third Constitution saving throw, natural 20.
All right, you feel the 3 darts hit. As the darts hit and sink in, the poison seems to have dried off for the most part or dripped off, and you don't take any damage poison-wise from them.
Yeah, because poisons
Oh.
have a half-life.
Wrong. I'm actually wrong on that. It's half damage. So that's 1. That's a total of 4 poison damage, actually.
4 total rounded down to 2, or 8 total rounded down to 4?
I already split it in half. It's 4 total.
Okay.
Wally, do you want to try stepping on the monkey?
I don't like monkeys.
And maybe that's the path least expected.
I very gingerly step forward onto the monkey.
Okay. As you step onto the monkey, nothing happens.
Fuck, I knew it. Alright.
Okay, yeah, so that means I have to step forward onto the...
Yep.
Okay. And I will step forward onto the lion. That's once again moving D&D Beyond.
So you move there, and nothing happens.
Guys, I think we got some trouble here.
Nope.
We've stepped on...
Giraffe has never been good, so step on giraffe.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
I push
Am I
past.
dead? God damn it! You pushed me into the fucking giraffe.
So you guys jump onto the giraffe, and because it was one of the first ones Kaziri stepped on,
I didn't step on a giraffe.
I did.
you moved.
No, Wally did.
One
That
of
was
you
the
did.
first one Wally
I
stepped
did the
on.
first time, yeah.
Anytime anyone
Alright.
suggested something, Wally immediately does it.
Except the
So
monkey.
that's a 15 against Kaziri
Miss.
and a 17.
Hit.
Okay. That is 2 piercing. Constitution saving throw, please.
Alright, 2 damage. Now, keep rolling high. Keep rolling high. Keep rolling high.
I don't know if you
Eight.
can say. Yeah.
Okay, you failed, and you take 8 poison damage. And then Wally, that is going to be a 10, which misses, and a 19.
Deflect.
Okay, you have saved yourself from that one.
Guys, I don't feel very good.
It's a dragonfly monkey, Haggard. Or Cluggy, sorry.
I'm sorry, what?
The next
You
2
guys are
tiles are
breaking
dragonfly and then monkey.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I do not know which one to take.
Well,
I think we're screwed no matter what we do. So might as well step on the bunny and get the temporary hit points.
I want to kind of lean to the back of my tile and then try to jump across.
Okay, make an athletics check for me.
A 16.
Yeah, you managed to clear the 5-foot gap easily enough.
Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop down onto the ground, go prone, because range attacks can only go in a straight line in temple puzzles. I'm going to crawl under the blowhole over the rabbit.
Okay.
the rabbit's horn stabs you.
Spike jumps out of the ground in your stab.
Real?
No. Take 2d10 temporary hit points. And
I was about to say, it's like, yeah, this is unexpected. This is what that
That's a
dungeon
no.
told us was going to happen.
That's a no.
That fell off the table. First one was a 2.
No.
Second one was a 0, so 12.
Alright, you take 12 temporary hit points, the darts launch off, and all of them miss you because of disadvantage.
Yeah.
So you guys have cleared the first part of this.
First part?
No.
Damn it.
Okay, wait. Because me and Cloggy still haven't, and I want to figure out how to get through this without getting stabbed by shit.
Who cares?
I am going to...
Well, here's the thing, Benny. What we have realized here is it only matters if you're the first one onto the tile.
Yes, otherwise you all would have been getting shot the entire time.
Why? I was only stepping on tiles that nothing happened on.
Yeah, exactly. That if you're the first one and you trigger the tile, then nothing happens after that.
Right, but I only stepped on ones that nothing bad happened in the first place.
Well, at this point,
But
I
what
think
we're
you
saying
have-
here is that whenever
So I can just
one
walk through.
of us followed Wally, or when Wally followed me, if you came to a level that was already tripped,
trigger.
then it didn't reset.
Ah,
Yeah.
So
We're-
based off of that logic, you guys could literally just walk forward and be fine.
okay. That's what I do.
Okay.
Benning, you get shot 14 times.
I need 6 death saving throws right now.
I will fail
Mike,
at
not
least
funny.
5 of them.
Mike, not funny.
He's just trying to pump up my numbers.
Pretty much. Okay, so this is the one that I need to make note of that we are on because it is now time to end the session.
Ah, yes.
Because I have to go to work. Because work is
Oh.
done.
What is work?
It's ever.
It's that thing that you don't do on Fridays, Scott.
Back some shit.
Oh.
Vacation. Do.
Well, you take a long time to...
Some of our contracts don't even vacation days or sick leave.
I don't get sick.
Dang it, that didn't work.
know it.
I was just.
We all know Wally's secrets now.
It's not really a secret. I tried to whisper that to Corey and it didn't work.
Probably because there's spaces in it. It wouldn't have worked anyway.
Okay, whatever. I tried.
I have to pack up and leave for work.
The point is that it was just something written by people to
Yeah.
get me to leave.
Oh,
But yeah, the secret of that puzzle that you guys just made it through is don't step on the same creature twice.
Mm.
And in the other tomb that you guys went up against,
Yeah.
the one with the Sioux monsters, if you had taken that puzzle cube, Wally, you would have turned everybody else into animals.
Oh.
Polymorph would have happened.
Dang.
Yeah. It's only lasts for 24 hours, but for 24 hours you have to keep the rest of your party from getting eaten by the jump.
Yeah, I think you chose the right thing, Scott.
So, yeah, you guys made some good choices without even...
Yeah, now it's time for me to log out of D&D Beyond to log into my EM account.
Log into your Who account?
My other D&D account.
You have two?
Yeah, you've known this for like 2 years.
Why do you have two?
Yeah, because he forgot.
Because
Yeah. So there's it started off as my Augie D&D.
Yeah.
This game's D&D. And then it morphed into here's when I'm a player and here's when I'm...
Oh. That didn't work again. It's something to do with the extended desktop.
All right. So everybody's cool with taking a 5 to 6 minute potty break, and then we'll get back into NASA does Waterdeep Direct now with extra dragons and more high.
Since I have to go to work, which sucks.
Yeah.
Bye, Michael.
Yep, which means I will never be part of this campaign.
Yeah.
Not
You just
you
won't be
will.
around for the end of it like usual.
Yeah.
Yeah. You won't be around for the beginning of it when we sit there and figure out how everybody knows each other.
I don't exist.
I mean, you just not in the story.
Yeah. So,
All right, I'll see you guys in a little bit.
Okay.
boy. Yep, so you guys are making decent progress. But I am out of here.
all right.
I don't know why I whispered that, but I'm back.
I'm back.
Oh, my voice just caught. It was like, I'm back.
All right, boys, I'm back.
All right. I think we're waiting on mi padre. Okay, I'm gonna give myself 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna get 3 full pages here.
Hey guys, it's still not snowing out here.
It has not stopped here.
Yeah. I was completely unprepared for that.
Were you wearing shorts again?
Well, no, but yeah, I went outside without looking outside earlier today, and it was just like, what? Did I go through a time loop?
And the best part here is in Rock Island, Tuesday's going to be 70.
Wake me up when April ends.
I say, no joke, I did check my phone for the date.
Did I wake up in February?
You never know, man.
I know I slept in, but shit.
Yeah.
I'm very excited for this campaign too, especially after talking to my dad yesterday. Some of the things that he and I talked about are just fantastic.
To sit there and do something so totally different than what we've done.
Yeah. Oh, my limit's chaotic.
Let's see. Oh, audio output. No, I want chat tech. None. I want to broadcast to others.
Oh, what the hell happened?
What are you talking about?
My Roll20 just changed on me.
It rolled 20.
It refreshed the whole thing, so I gotta pull the chat off again.
And it did it again. You want to know why? It's because I accidentally set audio and video to no, or chat to absolute. When I was trying to sit there and just turn on my camera.
Oh.
I want to broadcast to others, video only. I want to receive from others, video only. Reconnect to chat.
Is there a link we were supposed to get?
Yeah, that's earlier in the. I sent it a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, you dumb slut.
A couple weeks ago?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, he sent the D&D Beyond campaign link and the Roll20 campaign link together.
Yeah.
Maybe I only saw the one.
Maybe. Hi, Jay.
Hello.
Yeah, mine was a default set to broadcast video and voice, so I had to shut off the voice.
Here we go. It's March 19th was where I made the invitation to the Roll20 module.
Boom. Got it. Okay.
Because I do my job, Scott.
Yes, since I woke up, it has not stopped snowing.
Then why the fuck did you wake up?
Because we didn't know.
Also, because D&D. I don't care if it's snowing. I want to play D&D.
You can sleep through D&D and still be effective.
Absolutely.
How?
Yeah, especially when you offer nothing to the party in social situations like Kaziri. I'm what we like Rising complication.
So this is a map of Waterdeep.
This is. And then, in case we have individuals who need help with that, here is the Roll20 link again. Because for us to truly start, I want to wait for Dan to get in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because this is my Waterdeep states of whatever. I found that song on Spotify recently. I forgot how stupid it was.
The yeah song.
Both of them. There's like the United States of whatever, and then the yeah song.
Got put away my bending dice and use my Vash dice.
I'll use different. Ooh.
Yeah, Scott, do you have different dice for your characters, or you still just? That's
I
good enough?
have
all the same.
different dice now.
Really?
Yeah, I got them a couple weeks, or like probably a couple months ago.
Nice.
I feel like we talked about it, but maybe we didn't.
I don't recall, but that doesn't mean
Okay.
it.
Yeah, I still remember giving you my gray set of dice because I'm still of the intense mindset of you only need 2 sets of. Some people you show the game to.
I have.
Yeah.
Corey sat there and said, "This way I could show 13 people how to play Dungeons and Dragons and have dice for all of them."
I have 2 sets of dice for each
He
character.
can have it in. He can have an impromptu game with a lot of people.
I can.
There's just like 6 people over. Hey, let's do this.
Yeah. Hey, you guys want to play D&D? Yeah.
I have
any
dice for everyone.
Don't worry about it. Yeah.
I could also see Corey being somebody who owns a different dice tower character.
No. I have one primary set per character and a secondary set per character.
In case the first set rolls badly.
Or, no, mostly if I have to roll with advantage or disadvantage. Just might as well pull a whole set instead of an extra d20.
Yeah.
None of the primaries or secondaries overlap. Each character has their own 2 sets of dice so far.
Hey, Dan, have you returned?
Yes, I have.
All right, cool. So I just resent the link for the Waterdeep Dragon Heist module if you want to join that, and then we'll begin.
The Roll20 link for that.
Yeah. Well, I put on some deodorant so people don't smell me through the internet.
I was wondering what that was.
No, I cast shape change. I just really added a lot right here.
No, I was saying I was wondering what I was smelling.
Oh, okay. You bastard.
It's coming right off my microphone.
Just that strong wind out from the Quad Cities.
The snow is actually Jay's deodorant flakes.
I just did. Oh, I'm stupid. All right, well, we'll start with some background. So this is Waterdeep, and it's the very same Waterdeep that not too long ago we had a bunch of intrepid second stringers save the Sword Coast, Waterdeep, Neverwinter, everything from the likes of the Cult of the Dragon, and prevented Tiamat. Throughout the war, there were a number of casualties and collateral damages. In fact, about 1 out of every 5 individuals had died in that conflict. There were substantial losses in Elvish territory, Dwarven territory, and in most human cities, there's actually only one settlement that did not have any civilian losses, and that was Waterdeep. Waterdeep has recently taken into being the economic hub for all races, as it's the one area that did not have to see massive infrastructure repair and reform. Waterdeep, of course, has used this to its advantage really kind of strangling the markets and making sure that it can squeeze out every gold dragon that it can earn just because it's ahead of everybody else economically. That also has made it a haven for unsavory folks. There have been a lot of arrests made, and there's overcrowding in all of the dungeons and prisons in the area. But that's not where you guys are right now. You guys are actually underneath the city in a hideout. And you're all beginning to face this fight as you hear a crackling in the air and this explosion rips out. And you all fall to the ground. And Varm, you're the first to get up. You get onto your hands and your knees and you look up and you see 3 tieflings. 2 of them you're very well aware of, very well acquainted with, but the third comes up. He's got some sort of ranged weapon that's just outside of his arm's reach. He has his horns grinded down just to stubs. And he looks up towards you and he just goes, "All right. That's it. I think we're done here. I've got nothing more I can do." Now, to understand why that's happening right there, we're going to take this back another 3 months.
Ooh, a Tarantino.
Yeah. At this point, you see yourself locked into a jail cell. One that is just barely big enough for you. You've been here for about a week. A job had gone wrong. You were the one who sat there and got caught. And at that point, you're getting used to the fact that you may have to spend a lot of time here. And you eventually hear out, "Nefarious! Front and center!" You begin to get closer and closer to the center of the room as the door's unlocked. And this rough dwarven guard comes and looks for you. "It's time for your parole hearing. Go ahead. Put these on." Wrist by wrist, you put on manacles, and you walk into a conference room. There's a single chair empty for you sitting down about 20 feet away from a conference table where there's 3 individuals, a human, an elf, and a dwarf. They're all sitting and asking to you, and it goes, "Mr. Nefarious, I presume." The human's the first one to speak to you. "Do you prefer Mr. Nefarious? Is there another name you prefer?" All right, well, we'll take your silence as you try to protect yourself. This is your parole hearing. We're going to be honest, there's a lot of overcrowding. As a non-violent offender, you're one of the first on the list for being released back into society. But we do have some due diligence that we need done. The first one is knowing that your week of prison time has rehabilitated your mindset, and you won't go around trying to steal from others anymore. Are you willing to agree to that? Dan, are you able to hear us?
Hang on.
Yeah.
He texted me just now. He said his computer is fucked right now trying to resolve issues.
Okay. Then we'll dial back a little bit, make sure he catches everything.
Yeah.
I was slightly concerned you were talking to me and I didn't realize it.
Nope.
Like,
This is something that Dan and I spoke about for expert.
cool.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know this was preordained. That's neat.
I would not have done it this way, where you're like, "Hey, by the way, one of your characters with them." It was like, no, this is just for exposition. Because if it wasn't, Dan said no, I was going to try again with Scott, but it was going to be a very different method. Because I doubt that Scott's character would have done solely non-violent actions.
Nope.
Do you even know what nonviolent actions are?
I don't understand the word you're saying before violent.
It's non. I believe it's French for a style of bread.
So, bread violence? I'm okay with that.
Okay, cool.
Has a royal beat someone with a baguette.
Sorry, everyone, as we deal with technical difficulty. It's out the internet doesn't know.
Apparently, my dad was unable to hear any of your opening exposition.
All right, we can start over.
Yeah.
I remember what I said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you get to hear it twice, internet. Booyah.
With all the details I wrote down about setting the scene. And Lewis Hamilton won the Chinese Grand Prix in Formula One, which is not surprising at all. Mercedes actually went 1-2. Daniel Ricciardo finally finished a race, losing to both Red Bull drivers and the team he was in last year.
Has watching that show gotten you into Formula One?
I mean, the race was at like 1:30 in the morning. So the next two races are going to be a little bit easier because it's in Eastern Europe and then Spain.
Mm-hmm.
In Barcelona, I believe. Yeah, so next week the race will be at like 6 in the morning, and 2 weeks from now it will be at like 7 in the morning.
Mm.
But it's interesting. It's I kind of like their road tracks in like the middle of the city way more than circle tracks.
Oh yeah, for sure. I've never really been into, like Formula racing or anything like that, but the idea of the Monaco Grand Prix is just super cool to me.
Yeah. The Shanghai one at night, they have like 170 illumination lamps just to keep the track lit up for a night race.
Wow.
So Jay, we watched that episode of that show on Sunday, and on Wednesday at my trivia night, they asked a question about that show.
Really?
I couldn't remember it because it was, what's the name of the guy who is the Haas racing dude?
Which one? Like the engineer, the owner?
Not the owner, like the president or whatever his title is, the guy who oversees the team.
That would be Noah Steiner, who is the principal.
That dude.
Yeah, Steiner.
Or Gunther or something is what it actually. Yeah, I couldn't remember his name, but that was the question. I was like, "This is awesome! I just watched this," and then I couldn't remember.
I've got one more episode left, and it's covered a lot of really cool stuff, like Daniel Ricciardo going Red Bull, like Aston Martin Red Bull racing to Renault. A upstart Charles Leclerc going from Alfa Romeo to Ferrari. Like the only group they didn't cover was Mercedes. right, Dan. I see you in the Roll20 now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Is he in the Discord right now?
He is.
Yeah.
He never wasn't, but I don't know if he's having audio issues, if his
Yeah.
mic is muted to prevent the string of obscenities coming over the internet.
That's fine. I literally have all day.
Apparently, we actually did the Wongo puzzle right.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool.
Wait, we did?
Yeah.
Oh, I was confident we did something slightly wrong.
Right. I was concerned that we had ultimately not done it entirely correctly, but just correctly enough to still get the puzzle cube.
Yeah. And it was, if I would have just taken it, you guys would have been animal,
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
and we would have
For
to
24
find
hours, then you alone would have had.
I was going to say, would I have to find somebody who can unpolymorph you?
No, there's True
If it's 24
Polymorph,
hours,
which is a
okay.
different spell, which is if we're in there continuously for, then that's our new form.
I don't think it was a true polymorph. I think it was just a regular polymorph, but still.
Yeah. I mean, True Polymorph is like what, an 8th or 9th level?
Yeah, that's pretty high up there, I think. But yeah, that's actually so. I actually asked Mike if we had done it correctly because I was concerned, similar to like what you said, Scott, that we had done it incorrectly.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. I thought we were all right. Because what I was concerned about is like, okay, is it like we look through the mask and that's the end of the puzzle? Because then we totally chose wrong, as opposed to like the highlighter.
Right.
I also love trying to find out how to cross that fucking bridge.
I was like, everybody stop saying suggestions. Scott's just walking.
Key thing. First off, I have to commend you, Scott, for staying true to your character.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
It helped that I could deflect some of those,
Yeah.
so it made me a little less concerned. But I also didn't know if something else was going to happen.
Although, I'm very, very upset with myself that I couldn't think, hey, just lie down your stomach and belly crawl through everything as a solution until the last round.
It's still interesting that you thought of it. I don't think I would have.
I had considered asking if I see how, like, where these are coming from, or where they're hitting me, to see if that might have been an option.
Hmm.
It's like, well, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah. I mean, now granted, my entire form there is like, there is the mechanical reason which I thought of, which is like, yeah, at least if I'm on the ground, the arrows get disadvantaged because it's a range attack. I was like, yeah, Kaziri would. You can think of the ridiculous explanation.
Right. Maybe they won't see me.
I still, however, laughed so hard at Mike's explanation as to why the poison hasn't evaporated yet.
Out of game, yes, someone is. In game, you don't know.
Which I feel like that was like the most TM ready I've ever seen Mike. It's just like, okay, yeah, I see where your brain's going on this. We have to have an explanation for it, but your character does not have an idea. Fair.
Yeah, Mike's new methods of like preparing for sessions and stuff, I think, has been very um, good for him.
Yeah. No, this is the most I've enjoyed D&D sessions in a long time, and I'm very, very happy.
Nice.
Because I feel like this new way, he's now more
He's more what?
willing to put up with my antics,
Ah,
and like it doesn't derail him as much as it did in the early sessions. We're like, you know what? We need a beat. I don't want things to kill me. Let's go to Bed Bath & Beyond and try to steal stuff.
I'll be right back, guys.
all right.
Oh, I can hear you, Dan.
Hey, and I have sound again.
Yeah. All right, cool. So we'll restart everything to that's the seminal character introduced. Actually, here's their introduction. Um, sweet deal. So once Corey gets back, we'll begin. Otherwise, one of our members will be a floating bicycle wheel.
Floating bicycle.
Which would be a terrible name for a band.
I don't think it's that bad.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't abbreviate well.
Yo, man, you going to see FBW this weekend?
Yeah, I was about to say exactly that. But the W throws it off.
Yeah. Unless it's FB Dubs.
And it's wheels, floating bicycle wheels.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like FB dubs.
Well, that would be a great name for a band. Well, If there's a Family Feud category where it's at, there's like name a restaurant good 10 years. B-dubs would be my number one answer.
Name a restaurant to what?
That I loved 10 years ago that I wouldn't go to now.
Okay.
Now, granted, it may have just been the one Buffalo Wild Wings I went to, but I ordered like a buffalo chicken wrap with avocado, and it was like just the most weirdly portioned everything in that wrap.
Gotcha. I've never gotten anything other than the same thing for like, the entire time they've existed.
I know you're a creature of habit, Scott. Yes.
But you go to the wing place, you get wings. Like that's what you do.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And that's our glowing endorsement for Buffalo Wild Wings. Buffalo Wild Wings. They have wings there. All right, come on, Corey. I also do enjoy, Scott, that you haven't introduced your character yet. Also, Dan, it took me forever to realize, even though you explicitly told me what your token was going, who it was.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I said there's like, why would you pick a Revenant for a token? It's like, oh, wait, he explained this.
Is my dad back yet?
He is.
Yeah.
Oh,
Finally.
cool. Okay. Excellent. Reboot the start.
Sorry, doing my job. There we go. All right, so now that we're back, we'll do Waterdeep Dragon Heist Take 2. Before we begin, let's get a sound off that everybody can hear me just fine.
Yep.
Yo.
Yes.
Sweet deal. All right, so this is actually the same Sword Coast that our last party of second stringers inhabited, as they took down the Cult of the Dragon and prevented the transference of Tiamat to this plane. In that final battle, as much as the second stringers got away relatively unscathed, the Sword Coast itself was not. There were a lot of cities like Neverwinter, the major cities, the major settlements for elves and dwarves were wrecked asunder. There are many projects right now for restoring infrastructure throughout the entire Sword Coast, and with that comes a lot of money. There's actually one city that's working off way better than the others, and that is Waterdeep itself, where our story takes place. Surprisingly enough, there was not one casualty to the city itself for anyone residing in, whether they were military or civilians. Being the fact that they are now the economic leaders, they have taken advantage of their position. They are trying to make sure that they get every piece of gold they can possibly claim they are entitled to. That leads to an uptick in crime and unsavory individuals trying to make sure that if there's some gold to be captured, they get their fair share of it, and sometimes more than their fair share. That's the world where this story takes place in. If we go to where the party specifically is right now, this second, well, that's mid-battle underneath the city. Varm and his friends are sitting there and trying to beat this force when eventually the air around you crackles and there's this explosion of energy that comes out and pushes everyone, friend and foe alike, to the ground. Varm, you look around and you look to see if there's any casualties, and you look towards your two Tabaxi adjacent friends, and you see them begin to push themselves back up into a standing position. Your two tiefling friends do the same thereafter. There's one tiefling that you didn't know until about 20 minutes prior. His horns are shaved down to his head. He's got this strange piece of equipment just outside of hand's reach. A massive right arm, and he sits there and raises his hands up and goes, "All right, I give up. I've got nothing more I can do." To understand where you got there, though, we're going to go back in time another 3 months. You're sitting inside of a jail cell right now, right in the castle ward. The dungeon's underneath the castle, which in the map is right here where I'm pinging at. All right. You've been there for about a week for a non-violent crime that you to get caught, and you got caught mostly so your friends could escape. You've sat there and just got comfortable with the idea of you have no idea when you're possibly going to get out of here. When eventually you hear, "Nefarious! Step away from the gate, it's time for your parole hearing." At this point, you see two guards, a dwarf and an elf, begin to open up the gate and tosses you a pair of manacles. And just goes like, "Put those on, and we'll take you to the hearing." Begin to put those around one wrist and the other, making sure that you still get enough where you can move around comfortably, but they're going to sit there and progress the story. They take you down the hallway where you can see a bunch of other convicts hooting and hollering. None of it seems to be at you. You've made your name for yourself very quickly on that you're not a man to be trifled with. They're mostly yelling at the guards. Eventually, they take you into a conference room. There's a single chair about 25 feet away from the table, and you see the tribunal, an elf, a dwarf, and a human. You're motioned to sit down, and as you do, the human comes up and goes, "Mr. Nefarious. Do you prefer to be called Mr. Nefarious, or is there another name we should be calling you?"
Why don't you just try calling me sir?
All right. Very well then, sir. I'm sure you're aware of that we are very over capacity in the dungeons right now, and we are not able to sustain this level of population. Because you were convicted of a nonviolent crime, you have been awarded an early parole. However, for us to do our jobs, we do need to make sure that you are unlikely to reoffend. Now, have you been in contact in the last week with your friends who, even though we cannot place it the crime, we are aware in the past?
Using the word friends a little loosely there, I consider the people that I know to be acquaintances.
Very well, very well. That means that you're less likely to interact with them. We can live with that. At this point, the elf comes in and goes, "You see here, we need to make sure that you won't cause further trouble in the city as you would in the castle. Are you prepared to tell us that your thieving days are over?"
I'm prepared to tell you whatever you want to hear. None of it makes a difference to me.
All right, that's a little unnerving, but as you know the situation about us, we have no choice but to let you go. At this point, the dwarf begins to show you like the way out of the room and goes, "If you sit here, follow the guards, and turn right, I'm sure that we can get you your belongings out into your own recognizance. Now be aware that if your parole officer calls, we do need you to interact with them. Otherwise, we'll have to try this solution out with somebody else. Sir, have a great day and enjoy the rest of your life. Hopefully we'll never see each other again." At this point, the guards sit there and help you to your feet. There's a little bit of jostling out there because you're a man who doesn't need help to do that. You get to the station where you begin to pick up your belongings. As you sit there and put back on your clothes from when you were on the outside, as the manacles are removed, you realize that in one of your pockets, there's a note that wasn't there when you were left in. That point it's the first time that you've seen direct sunlight in about a week. It's a little bit blue. But out there you see two individuals. One is a tabaxi, and the other one looks, but not quite a tabaxi. There's a mask on there. And at this point, Varm, I'd love for you to introduce yourself to the party.
Well, there's really not much to tell. Varm Nefarious. Known by many, friend to none. I do what I want, when I want. And right now, I just want to get the hell away from this place.
You are generally aware of the two, well, the true tabaxi and the pseudo tabaxi in front of you. You've worked with them on a few jobs in the past, and there's a loose alliance that you guys, when you have similar interests, you have worked together in the past. Just going from left to right here, will our true tabaxi make his acquaintance?
You're looking for like just a character introduction for...
Yep.
My name is Vash. I'm Vash the Stampede. I am a tabaxi monk. I wear like a thin leather tunic with no sleeves and a hood. So they call me Vash the Stampede because one time I ran 10 miles nonstop to warn my tribe of an incoming orc horde. And it was 25 miles nonstop, and that's how I got the nickname Vash the Stampede.
And as we make our way to the last of the pseudo tabaxis, Scott, would you care to introduce your character to the other two members around you?
Yeah, so as you can tell, I've got the black fur mask on and these like animal ears, so I sort of look like I have a tabaxi head. And there's something off when you look into my eyes. Am I actually talking, or are we just kind of...
No, you're just describing your character right now.
Yeah,
you haven't gotten into talking.
Okay.
When Danny Ocean's been released, and then there's just Rusty sitting on the
yeah. So I see myself as kind of a vigilante against the broken system that runs the city. And I'm trying to think what else is worth saying here.
Your name would be a great start.
Oh, yeah. So I was never given a name, but you can call me Royal.
All right. So Varm, Royal, and Vash. You're sitting just outside of the castle in the castle. And based off of the way that tricks have been running lately, you're all run down and strapped for cash. It's very clear that eventually you're going to need to find a job. To remind you, Varm, you do notice that you have a little extra material on your person in the terms of that note, that piece of paper, that parchment, that you didn't have when you entered into the Castle Ward dungeons. So this is the first time that the three players are around each other. Anything that you'd want to handle, you can do right now, but let me know what you'd like to do.
Well, actually, in the sense of introducing just characters, as the other two guys did, Varm Nefarious is just a nomadic wanderer type bad guy. He hates most people and most things, but he is a very he's muy feo. He's a very ugly character. Just a human, nothing special.
What's the length of his forehead?
It's like a bumper from an old Chevy truck. Let's see, where else can I go with this? He wants stuff, and he knows that he needs to at least tolerate the company of certain other individuals who might be of the same ilk and want. So that's what he's doing. He just tries to keep to himself, and hopefully everyone else will do the same.
Wonderful. So this is around noon. It's a bright, sunny day. There's a nice, cool breeze coming in. At this point, you see Vash kind of pacing around, trying to get out some of his, hyper energy. Royal's leaning up against a corner of a building as Varm approaches. And this is the first time that the three of you have been able to speak with one another in just over a week.
I'm going to hand Varm a note.
Okay.
I made this for you.
So here's what's going to happen. For the Twitch channel, Corey, if you can't sit there and make this note seen on the Discord, please, let's get this onto the blog.
Let me... Maybe. I'll try to...
Yeah.
I think if I drag this up... Yeah, there we go.
Farm, do you have any reactions to this?
I look at the note. I look back at Royal. I look at the note again. I crush it in my hand and throw it to the ground as I'm looking at Royal with the most disgusted look, which he probably can't tell because it's the normal look on my face anyway.
Both of you take inspiration.
Vash jumps up over Royal's shoulders. Are we done waiting? Is he here? Oh, he didn't like your note.
I love that. Yeah.
Hi, Varm.
I'm surprised you guys are still alive.
I can never die.
I thought you two would have gotten yourselves killed for sure by now.
I think things got a little easier when Domros went away too. We've just been following cats around the city. It's been kind of fun actually.
Been on patrol.
Is that what we were doing?
So what I was doing.
Oh, I thought we were just chasing cats up buildings.
That's part of it.
So as I'm looking at these two morons and listening to their conversation, I stick my hands in my pockets of my tunic and realize that there's a note in here too. Right away I look at Royal, I think he put another stupid cat picture in my pocket.
First off, if Royal was able to put a cat picture in your clothing while you were locked away in the city's castle, he would not be a level 1 creature. I would be super impressed. But as you open it up, in a handwriting you've never read before, it is regal and it's like loopy and almost into like what's the word?
Calligraphy.
Really calligraphy. Thank you. Almost in like a calligraphic sense. You read, Varm, you do not know who I am right now, but I am a man in desperate need of your services. This job will be quick, easy, and legitimate. And I can promise 100 gold not only for you, but for all of your friends who help you as well. If you would like to, can you please meet me at the Yawning Portal in the Docks World board? And at that point, you just see the letter V. And there's the note.
And do I know which way this place is I'm supposed to go?
Yes, so the dock ward is directly south to where you guys are. Yawning behind the scenes factions operate out of. Anyone who's related to the Thieves Guild or like dark information webs goes to the Yawning Portal. You know this as a 3-floored bar with an entrance into the Underdeep, which is a civilization underneath Waterdeep itself. You've never gone through that portal, but you know whenever you're looking for a job, especially jobs that are meant to be done quietly and pay really well, the Yawning Portal is your first place to look. But in terms of do you know how to get there, you know exactly how to get there.
Okay. So this is not my first. Well, we're all from Waterdeep, right?
Yes, you're all. Well, with the exception of Vash, who is born outside of Waterdeep, but relatively. Everyone else you work with has been known to be Waterdeep natives.
Okay.
Vash, do I have that correct?
Yep.
Cool.
All right, you two. Let's go this way and make some quick cash. And I start walking away.
Wait up!
All right. At this point, Varm has about 20, 25 meters ahead of you before Vash realizes, hey, he's not going to wait for you. He's just going to go. And Vash quickly kind of comes up because Vash really only has one speed, and that's faster than average. Royal eventually catches up, mid-scribbles, decides that in order to keep up, puts the scribbling away, and it just, makes haste. At that point, we're going to put you into your first map, and I wasn't able to make the picture tokens. My apologies. Let's get you on the right map here. So instead, we have the Yawning Portal.
Ooh.
Yeah. You guys end up grabbing a seat at a nearby table. So there we go with one. There we go. Oh, that didn't bring a token out at all. There we go with 2. And here we go with 3. Come on. Royal, you're the last to enter because you had trouble understanding
Trouble understanding what?
how a door works.
Oh.
There we go. All right. And then I just realized I need to grab the book. So give me 1 second.
I love how that always happens with Jay. we were just shooting the shit for like 15 minutes. Computer issues still behaving, Dad?
So far,
That's good.
I'm not the only one that notices that Jay's been cutting out on occasion.
Yeah, he
Am
does
I?
cut out sometimes.
His mic's been doing that for a while. It's like, yeah, just now and then at the end of sentences, it like forgets to listen to him.
Right, yeah, because I can still like see him talking.
Right. Well, I have noticed that in the last couple of weeks. I just didn't know if it was made worse now since I'm actually having computer issues of my own.
Best part, it was right next to my chair. I know, right? So, as this happens, you sit around a sturdy wooden table, lit brightly by a burning candle and littered with plates of cleared of food and half-drained tankards. The sound of gamblers yelling and drunken adventurers singing bawdy songs nearly drown out the off-key strumming of a young bard 3 tables over. This bard, known as Three Strings, is sitting there and playing, but you hear distinctly that 4 notes can play at a time. Any of you with any magic understanding at all realizes he's casting thaumaturgy to make up for the 4th tone. He's just timing it terribly. So even though the sounds make sense, they're discordant because it's almost like the guy's trying to play 2 different instruments at once. About a half hour goes by as you begin to wait for V. And then, out of nowhere, there's this noise. The din of the room eclipsed by a shout. "You pig! You like killing me mates, does ya?" Then a 7-foot-tall half-orc is hit by a wild swinging punch from a male human, whose head is shaved completely, but tattooed with eyes all over the place. 4 other humans stand behind him, ready to jump into the fray. The half-orc cracks her knuckles, cracks her next to the side a little bit, roars and leaps at the tattooed figure. Before you can see if blood is drawn, a crowd of spectators cluster around the brawl. At this point, what would you like to do? And as that happens, let me put in the tokens for the brawl.
I know Vash would be like climbing on people to like see the fight.
Let's see here. Where do I have here? Oh, and by the way, Matt Mercer is actually added into...
In the yawning portal, yeah.
Yeah, so he's legitimately in it. And there's Matt Mercer. But as we go into the free assets, let's go half orc. There's our half orc right there by the hearth. And then we'll go into our banditos.
I'm gonna jump into this fight, by the way.
They've added so many premium assets, and it's not fun at all. Nobles and guards. What do we got here? Here we go. We'll just do this. We'll go. Roll20's gotten stupid expensive as of late, apparently. There we go. All right, so there's our 4 banditos, our eyeball tattooed Hellraiser looking motherfucker, and then our half orc. At this point, a crowd is starting to congeal right by the hearth. And party, is there any non-combat actions you'd like to do at this point? You could choose combat. It's just if there's anything that you want to do in the meantime, now's the time.
I don't have control of my token.
God damn it.
Ditto.
I'm so bad. It's controlled by...
Well, you've got many months of rest built up at this point.
Save changes. It's almost like I completely forgot what it's like to DM. But the same way, it feels kind of right.
But while you were doing that, so Vash is going to like stand up on his chair and then jump from his chair onto this table over here so that I can watch the fight.
All right. In your vantage position, you're beginning to see that there is no clear way in this. Actually, nobody's even brandishing weapons. This is just a straight-up fist fight.
Okay.
Okay. Varm, Royal, anything you guys would like to do?
I am sprinting at this guy, and I'm going to shove him.
All right. Varm, before we get to that,
Yeah.
anything you'd like to do?
Yeah, I don't give a damn what those guys do. I signal for the barkeep to come over and bring me some good shit to drink.
All right. Enjoying your freedom in the best way possible. At this point, you do find one barkeep who's not scared enough in order to get you out with a little bit of mead. And this one is only got a couple of lumps in it. As you taste it, you realize it's just, you know what, this honey didn't evenly mix into the mead. Oh well. All right, Royal, we're gonna have you, you and Vash start off by rolling initiative. Varm will have you roll initiative as well, just in case you want.
Jesus.
And we'll add that into the chat.
I just threw my die. It stuck to my finger, so it just bounced right out of my tray. Okay. Jeez, Varm.
So Varm would be going first, but is enjoying his drink from what I understand.
He'll take his action to chug.
Yeah. Vash would be next to act, and from what Vash is saying right now is that he would just want but not touch.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold my action in case someone tries to punch me.
Okay. Royal is the first to act in this fight then. And Royal, with your shove, we're going to set right by doing an athletics check. It's a contested athletics check, all right?
Okay. 18.
You succeed in that shove. Do you want to shove him to the ground? Do you want to shove him 5 feet? What would you like to do?
I moved 10 feet, so I want to use my charger ability to push it 10 feet.
All right. At that point, is there a save to that, or does it just happen?
As long as I shove him, it's 10 feet instead of 5 feet.
Cool. Then he comes back closer to the wall. Instead of looking at the York, he turns around, dead in the eyes, and goes, "You're fucking next." At that point, it is the half-orc's turn. And the half-orc is going to sit there and totally try to land a wall. But at this point, she's shown her punch too much and swipes right over his head. Is beginning to sit there and use her bonus action, hit with the left uppercut. And that one misses too. It turns out she's really telegraphing her punches. At this point, it is now Hellraiser's turn, and Hellraiser is going to sit there, slide through, and begin to swing right into her left side, which does hit. That one will do some damage. As this one comes through, it looks like it's just a regular box in a boxing match. Looks like she winced in pain, but is still going to be just fine. And at that point, is there and go around for the kidneys. And that one took too long to do, as she just sits there and grapples him. Okay. The thieves are going to come up. This one here is going to sit there, come back, is going to try to punch into the stomach of Royal, as this one here is going up for the head. Royal, the first one here is a 4. Does a 4 hit?
No.
What about a 14?
Not quite.
All right, on this one, you just sit there, and it's almost like watching Muhammad Ali in his prime. You see this coming, and you just dip right out of the way as both punches come in. These ones here are going to jump over and coming through. This one's just here to back up Hellraiser. This one's going to try to get a sucker punch into the half-orc, which fails. Turns out, most bar fights, nobody's really that good at fighting. We are back up at the top. Varm, How's your mead tasting?
Fucking fantastic.
Wonderful. Are you going to spend your entire turn savoring?
Well, I haven't seen anybody land any punches on either of my cohorts. So I'm just going to enjoy the show.
All right. Sounds good. At this point, we have Vash coming up next.
So I see the two guys start to turn around and close in on Royal, and so the guy who's next to the table that I'm on, I'm just going to basically make two unarmed strikes at him. I'm gonna basically do like a Eddie from Tekken, like breakdance, like spin kick on the table to hit him.
All right.
So I'm just gonna roll both attacks since I'm doing both anyway. Wow, those are probably not gonna hit. A 9 and an 8.
Neither of those hit, unfortunately.
So I'm just spinning on a table like a jackass.
All right, Royal, you're up next.
I am going to go into a rage,
Okay.
and then I want to try to grab this guy.
Is there anything you'll say to get you into a rage?
Oh man, I should have something ready.
Just scream justice.
Justice!
All right, so you have worked yourself up into a massive, and you'd like to grapple the enemy to your north.
Yeah.
All right. So contested athletics check. I can tell you right now, you succeeded. You do get this at advantage, by the way.
Yep. So that's a 20 to grab.
Oh, you have so grabbed.
And then I want to, that was my whole action, right?
That is your main action, yes.
Okay. Then that's all I can do.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Next up, we have our half-orc, who's going to sit there and make a two-handed hammer fist, which is a natural 20. At this point, you see that the wood begins to sit there, not necessarily bend a little bit, as she comes down right into the head, and the guy begins to get really, really woozy. We'll do that, because unfortunately, it's still 1+, so a critical hit, I'm going to add an extra damage to. Hellraiser's up next, and while woozy is going to sit there and make 2 strikes, trying to go for a kneecapping. Neither of which hit. Now it's time for the banditos. The first bandit here, north of Royal, is going to try to escape. So that's a contested athletics check, Royal. You get that at advantage again.
Okay. That is a 19.
You succeed in maintaining your grip. You sit there and read what's going on, and you're using your left hand to keep him in place. He tries to escape out right. You just underhook, and now he's definitely. This bandit here is going to sit there and grab a tankard. He's going to go this way real quick. Grab a tankard, and he's going to try to throw it at you, Royal. Because it's in melee range, he takes that at disadvantage. All right, what's your AC, Royal?
15.
And what's your AC, Varm?
19.
So it hits neither of you for damage. But Varm, I'm afraid to tell you that if it wasn't for the fact you're holding onto your tank, that cup would have sat there and knocked it straight off the table. So you saved your drink, but you almost lost it. This guy comes in here once again trying to sucker, and apparently cannot hit for shit. We're now back at the top of the order. Varm, with your barely saved drink, what would you like to do?
Now I'm pissed. So, with my bonus action, I'd like to finish chugging my mead. Then I'm going to get up. I'm going to walk over to where this asshat is. And I'm going to attempt to pummel the shit out of him.
Wonderful. Go ahead and roll to strike.
Oh, damn. The magic is gone.
Level 1. Level 1.
What I get for... It's only a 9.
A 9 just barely misses.
Okay, and...
The quickly intoxicating me just sat there and made...
And I don't know... Let's see, I think my class features still give me a second attack, but I'm not sure.
You have second wind available. Unless that's a level 2 ability. Let me
no,
pull this up in D&D Beyond. The D&D Beyondiest.
That only gives me hit points back.
When you click actions and bonus actions, what's listed under there?
He only has unarmed strike right now, so it must be a level 2 act.
Yeah,
Yeah. Alright, cool.
that's all I can do.
Sweet deal. Then we'll move on to Vash.
Okay, I'm going to continue, spinning around to wind up on like 1 foot up, my right knee down, and I'm just gonna pop real quick at this guy that Royal's holding.
Alright, cool.
All right, so for the first one, do I get advantage on a target that's grappled?
Yes.
Okay. Jesus. I missed with the first one. And with the second one, okay, that will probably work then with a 13.
A 13 will definitely hit.
Okay, so that's going to be for 7 damage.
For 7 damage. So, Royal, you feel how this bandit was at one point trying to struggle against you, and then you just feel him go limp.
I choked him out again.
Vash, anything else you'd like to do before Royal takes his turn?
Nope, that's it.
Sweet. Royal, you have an unconscious man in your arms.
I'm going to take that unconscious man and throw him into this conscious man.
Wonderful. Because you are a barbarian, and only because I'm going to let you roll this attack with your proficiency bonus. So it'll be D20 plus proficiency plus strength.
Plus proficiency plus strength.
So it'd be like the same to hit bonuses if you were attacking
Okay.
with a weapon.
So 16.
16 definitely throws. Do me a favor and roll a D100.
Oh. Where is... I'm missing a die. 77.
77. So not only did you throw him into a man, you threw it with such weight and velocity that you not only hit the first bandit, but you hit the first bandit into Hellraise as the unconscious guy flies right into the back of the fireplace.
like he's in there with the logs?
No, like he's against
okay.
the border of the fireplace.
I was gonna say shit.
Yeah, it's like, oh, by the way, when I haven't told you the code of laws, but all you know is that they're... Let's have you murder somebody in the first session, unintentionally. To signify damage on here, do me a favor, roll a d4, have it, and add your strength modifier.
Me?
Yes.
D4 3. Add my strength. So 6.
6. All right. So you have knocked people out by throwing an enemy at them. Just because this is so unique, I really want you to explain how you've played bowling with a human life.
I have the limp body. I see these guys lined up. I am kind of uh, angry and in a rage. So I just lean back and shove him as hard as I can. Yeah.
All right, and not only because once again, welcome to level 1, everybody. It's very different than Rise of Tiamat. Varm, who's seen this method used multiple times before, just knows to duck down onto his for him to throw the guy and his reaction. At this point, I'm going to roll a morality check, or not a morality check, a morals. Morale. Thank you, thank you, Corey, to see exactly what these last 2 bandits are looking like. Okay. So, this first bandit here sat there and was like, oh, okay, well, that's just the thing. This bandit here is sitting there and is beginning to shake in his boots, realizing that even when he's trying to cheat to win a fight is not going well, and begins to run away as fast as he can. Alright. So we have 1 bandit left, and now the half-orc is up. The half-orc is going to advance, stepping right on top of the neck of Hellraiser and try to punch this bandit. Which hits. Is there any damage this guy's taken? Nope, so he takes that. And he looks barely on the verge of consciousness. When it becomes bandit's turn, we'll do another morale check, because he's clearly losing this fight. But still succeeds on it. At that point, he's going to sit there and try to hit... He'll try to hit the half-orc, because that's who's the last one to land a blow. And misses terribly. Varm, you're up.
I don't know if I'm feeding off Royal's rage, but I know that I'm pissed for not being able to land a blow on that other fucking rat. So I'm going to try to hit that remaining guy, take the pleasure of the kill away from the orc.
All right.
Does a 12 hit?
A 12 definitely hits.
Nice.
So, what's your strength modifier?
+4.
There is no point in even rolling anything on. Please describe how you've ended this fight for the bandit.
I grab him by the scruff of the neck, and I try to get the front of his head to meet the back of his head with my fist.
So he's still hanging out there. He's now beginning to rotate, limp, unconscious, with you still holding on the scruff of his neck. He doesn't have anything to say. He's unconscious. But at this point, the half-orc unclenches her fists, looks to the party, and just goes, you know what? Thanks for the assist, but I had that. Let's see here. That was technically the second round of battle truly on that. So it's almost like 6 seconds go by. 1 exact round of combat goes by. You think that the battle is completely over, and you're about to sit there and talk to that half-orc and see what's truly going on. And then shouts of alarm suddenly ring out as a hulking creature climbs out of the shaft in the middle of the tap room. A monster with warty green skin, a tangled nest of wiry black hair, and a long carrot-shaped nose. With bloodshot eyes, it bares its yellow teeth and howls. You can see that a half-dozen bat-like creatures are attached to its body, with 3 more circling above it like flies. Everyone in the tavern reacts in fear except for the barkeep, Durnan, who begins to shout, "Troll!"
Punch it back in its hole.
If you want to pay the toll troll. Let's see if we've got any assets for this. Ooh, there's lava trolls. Come on. Come on. Agree with me. Bam. And we're going to keep the same initiative on this for you guys. And we'll go back up to the top. Varm, you're...
All right, well, I'll give a shit what I'm going to punch or what I'm going to kill. So I immediately attempt melee against the troll.
All right, with your Warhammer?
Yep.
Sweet deal. Go ahead and roll to hit.
Dirty 20.
Dirty hits.
Forgot to look at my... Okay. Insider. And... Shit. 10 bludgeoning.
10 bludgeoning. Very good. So as this hit comes in, you find it right into the chest. You troll bones begin to crack. It just kind of flings its arms forward in response to it, not into attack, but just with the weight of the warhammer. As it comes back up and it begins to snarl right at you. Vash is gone, so we'll use his turn as soon as he comes back. Royal, you're up.
Am I still raging?
You are still raging.
Okay. So I'm going to go 5, 10, 15, wait, dang it. 5, 10, 15, 20. Why can't I? Dang it, Scott. I want to go
where you'd like to go.
I wanted to go here.
I got an idea of what you're trying to do.
I want to go here and then run at him from there.
Yep, you do so.
Okay. And then I'm going to shove him.
All right. That will be contested athletics again. I'm pretty sure you're going to win this.
17.
You quite handily win this. So this is another 10 feet pushback?
Yep.
So before even the Sturges get a chance to sit there and warn people, you've pushed them out from the elevator into the yawning portal itself. Because it's 10 foot, right? 5, 10.
Yeah, 10.
There we go. So there's nothing for him to fall except for the bottom of the yawning portal, which is about 100, 200 feet down to the earth. Now we get to see how much damage it does.
You have my permission to die.
5 damage for the first 20 feet. 9 damage for the second 20 feet. I'm going to need more dice. Yeah, it's dead. That is certainly the cleanest way to take care of it. All right. At this point, the bandit has used this time to completely escape in the building. And everyone else goes back to their drinks, goes back to talking. And the half-orc just sits there and goes, all right, maybe you're more help than I cared to admit. Durnan, the bartender, sits there and comes in with a free round of drinks for you three, leaving the half-orc out of it, and just goes, matter-of-factly, you fought well. Thanks. Happens every once in a while, though, but usually we got it handled. This is the easiest one we've gotten in a while. Let's see here. At this point, as you go back to your table and enjoy your free drinks, you see someone who's mustachioed coming in, brushing it like any good hipster would. Comes up to you and goes, you know what? You're the adventurers that I wrote to, right? I could use your help. Let's find a table to talk, shall we? As soon as he sits down at the table, strokes his mustache, adjusts his floppy hat, and tightens his scarf, Volothamp Gradon, chronicler, wizard, and celebrity, at your service. I trust you've noticed the violence in our fair cities these past 10 days. I haven't seen so much blood since my last visit to Baldur's Gate. But now I fear I've misplaced a friend amid this odious malevolence. Which, you, the tall one, I believe I've written to you about that. The job itself is my friend's name is Floon Blogmar. He's got more beauty than brains. And I'm worried he took a bad way home a couple nights ago and was kidnapped. Or worse, given how recent events have gone. If you agree to track him down with all due haste, I can offer you 10 dragons apiece now. And I can offer you 10 times that when you return Floon. May I prevail upon you in my hour of need.
You have 10 dragons?
Royal, you asked that question so you quickly realize that in Water, the unit of currency, instead of being called gold pieces, is called gold dragons.
Uh-huh.
So you'll have bronze dragons, silver dragons, electrum dragons, platinum, and gold. At this point, he has small little pouches, and he tosses to the three of you. You look inside, and you count all 10 gold are there.
Oh, these dragons.
Yep.
The gold hitting, I don't catch the gold purse. It hits the ground next to me because I've been blinking the eye tattoos on the guy's head to see if anything happens. So I'm like using my fingers like blink, 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 blink. And then the coins hit the ground and I'm like, is this guy V?
As you do that, no magic happens. Together skin, deforming the shape of the tattoo.
Oh.
Then you try the next one, same deal. Then you try the next one, that's actually his eye.
I throw the money pouch back at him, and I say, it'll cost you 20 if you want my help.
Go ahead and make a intimidation check with. The advantage comes from your forehead.
Come on, populate. Intimidation, that gives me a 17.
Let's see what his insight is. A natural 1. He just sits there and he pulls out another one. It's like, you know what? Let's not tempt fate here. Here's 30. Just for you. Don't tell the others. Don't tell anyone I agreed to this. Just stop looking at me.
First of all, don't tell me what to do.
Very well. 40? 40? Do you need... I don't have 40, but I can get it. I can get it.
Farm instantly broke the economy in the game.
All right, now, who's this fucking weasel you want us to find?
Floon. He's a friend of mine. He helped me write my most recent book, Volo's Guide to Monsters, and he's helping me get my next one out here, which is Volo's Guide to Spirits and Specters. Can I look away? Is that possible? You're quite scary. Do you know that?
You're quite irritating. Do you know that?
Duly noted. Once again, my apologies.
I hop over the table to stand next to him. Next to V, being a much more friendly face.
Yes. Here's the deal. I'm going to say it loud enough for you, tall one, sir, to understand me. But I'm going to speak to your feline friend because he doesn't scare me as much. Floon is in his early 30s and has wavy red blonde hair. He was dressed to the nines when I last saw him 2 nights ago. We were drinking at a bar called the Skewered Dragon, and it's in the dock ward. I would imagine it's best to start there. Please don't hurt me.
How many days ago?
Don't
2
give
days
us
ago.
a reason.
Well, if you picked up your money, you'd realize I'm trying to give you a job. I just want my friend back.
How did you get a note to him?
You see, there's certain advantages to having a level of celebrity. Part of it was that I knew that there was somebody who would Well, albeit I didn't picture him as being as scary as he was, but willing to do things that would help me out for money. Then it just came down to putting down enough gold dragons to make him want to work with me.
I guess the job's accepted.
All right, wonderful. Thank you. I'm going to leave now.
Wait, before you go. And I hand him this.
Wonder Pants?
He looks at me and goes, yes, quite. I'm more than capable. As he sits there and pretends to slide it into his pocket, it just falls to the ground.
Who are all these guys on the ground?
I'm sorry, did you just ask why there's so many people unconscious on the...
Yes.
At this point, Durham just goes, it's like, you did that?
Oh.
Can I like search the guy with the tattoos pockets and see if there's like anything in there,
Yeah, absolutely.
like a bounty note or an ID?
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and run... What's your passive investigation?
10.
10. All right. Go ahead and roll real investigation.
Natural 20.
As you search the pockets, you see that there's it looked to be like a bronze coin that was imprinted and deformed, kind of like when you go to the zoo, you put 50 cents in the machine and a penny, and it gives you a stamped out penny.
Yeah.
It's like that, but instead of it being an animal, you just see an eye. And it looks strangely similar to the eye tattoos that he had on his head. You see like a stiletto dagger that's clearly used to sit there and just shank people. A couple of ball bearings. A few pieces of parchment with scribbled notes on there. It just sits there and says, yawning portal, potential Zents, locate and neutralize.
Okay. I'm gonna take that note, bronze coin, and I'm assuming we're heading towards the skewer dragon. So on the way out, I'm just gonna drop his stiletto dagger in the yawning portal.
All right. Roll a D100 for distance.
34.
At this point, you just kind of fling it up over your shoulder. It rotates straight down through. Meanwhile, you see the dead troll as it gets closer and closer. The shot closer and closer into like its face, but eventually, the stiletto comes right through it, and the dead troll is now even more dead. All right. And next, we'll go, once I group you guys. Come on. Stop right-clicking when I want to click. And I just left the game. DMing!
Only you, Jay.
Alright, as we move on to a new page, and that's called The Streets of Waterdeep.
These mean streets.
And we're going to be in the southeast corner, right?
Ah, there we are.
Yeah. And next session, I'll make sure that you get real.
Okay.
All right. As far as the skewer, you know that it's on the. Using your knowledge of the dock ward, you know that you'll need to go through Zastros and Fillet Lane. Take a left there, and at that left down 2 blocks is the Skewer Dragon. It's between Net Street and Fillet Lane. So to give you an idea, this first street right here, come on, there we go. That street right there, this is Zast. Here's Fillet Lane right here. That gets us into the center square. And then this right out here, this is where you believe the Skewered Dragon to be, where the X is.
Oh, I see the X. That's pretty close.
All right. So as you guys make your way over, do you want to take the direct route or do you want to take a different route?
I want to go through alleys and stuff.
All right. At this point, tall, densely packed tenements, most neighborhood in shadow at the ground level. Most of the street lights have had their glass smashed and their candles stolen, and the smells of salt air and excrement linger as you pass by rows of run-down buildings in the alleyway. Throughout the corner of your eye, you find yourself on a street that has been cordoned off by the city watch. Lying on cobblestones are a half-dozen corpses, seemingly the victims of some terrible skirmish. Watch officers have disarmed and arrested 3 blood-drenched humans and are in the midst of questioning witnesses. Because you're using the alleys, none of the officers see you. However, you keep on hearing them say to passerbys, "Go on, get on. There's nothing to see here. You, hey, you over there, get on. There is nothing going on. We are just sitting there and questioning some individuals." All right, so if you guys want to sit there and take show the route that you're taking.
After you, Will.
Where? I was zoomed in a little too close, I think. Where are we trying to go?
The green
in the
roofed
north,
building.
there's an X.
The green roofed building with double like window sill things. That's the building we're going to.
So I guess we would cut through, like, why can't I move?
Because I didn't give you permission again. God damn.
I'm moving.
Okay.
Kind of cut through here.
Okay.
And then,
to give you an idea, that skirmish was right over there, south of your position.
You said it's like here?
Yeah, right there is where the city watch is.
Okay. So do you guys want to go towards that?
Towards the skirmish?
Yeah.
The remnants of the skirmish. It's been blocked off by the city watch.
Sure.
Yeah. Royal, do me a favor, roll an intelligence check.
Okay. Intelligence. 7.
You get the idea that the city watch doesn't much like you as a whole. Can't imagine why. You just know that every time you've had to talk to one of them, they've been...
As I kind of wander that way, I second thoughts and just go back.
All right. As you get to the top of that building right here, Royal, you do see that there's one that stands out from. It has a deep purple facade, and its windows hang stuffed. Behold, above the door hangs a sign whose elaborate letters spell out "Old Zoblob's Shop."
Zoblob.
Old Zoblob.
XOBLOB.
Zoblob.
I want to go into that shop.
All right, as you do, a cloud of lavender-scented purple smoke trails out of the shop's door as you peer inside. Every wall is painted purple, and every dusty knickknack on the shelves is dyed a deep violet. A hairless old gnome, sitting cross-legged on the corner, wears plum-colored robes. His cheeks are decorated with nine purple-faced painted eyes. The gnome lowers a pipe and exhales a cloud of lavender smoke before raising a hand. Hail and well met. Come browse the shelves of the most curious curiosities shop in the world. And making sure I have
purple?
all.
There's a lot of purple here.
Yeah. It smells purple, looks purple, feels purple.
I didn't know
there's
purple
this-
had a smell.
Yeah, there's an assortment of trinkets on the shelf. Yeah, I mean, there's no prices placed onto everywhere, but if there's any oddity you can think of, it's here in the shop.
Well, purple might be the color for royalty, but it just pisses me off. But I'll go in anyway.
All right.
Can I get anything for 10 gold?
Oh, I'm sure you can get a lot of things for 10 gold. Almost anything here.
Ooh.
Yeah, it says, you look like somebody who needs a good smoking pipe. I have a collection of these. In fact, as he sits there and climbs a giant ladder to get to about your level, grabs the pipe, climbs back down, and comes back to you. This one here, you'll never need to restock with tobacco again. It will smoke and smoke and smoke. The only problem, though, is the smoke is purple.
That doesn't really seem to be a problem for you. You seem to like that.
Yes, but I also like gold as well, so there's two colors,
Hmm.
more than the other.
What else do you have?
Well, you see here, he climbs back up, puts down the pipe, and grabs the next one. There's this ewer of water. You've heard of enchanted ewers? Ones that, as soon as you start pouring, will never. You've heard of this, right?
Nope, but it sounds cool.
This isn't one of those. At that point, the water immediately runs out. You'll have to fill it with water regularly.
So it's just a ewer?
Ah, yes, an observant one at you.
I turn to Varm and I go, I don't know if there's anything worthwhile here.
Look, this is. Look, I was holding this one for another customer, but he sits there and puts back the ewer and comes back up. It's like, it's this wonderful crest, and at this one, you know this well because of who it is. There's the Never Ember symbol here. What you guys as players remember is from Lord Never Ember, who helped lead the Water Davian forces throughout the rise of Tiamat. Well, the rise and ultimate fall of Tiamat.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same crest. He goes like, he was looking for an extra one of these because he wanted to make sure he was able to get into certain locations. Pretending to be a Never Ember opens a lot of doors. Now, I haven't seen Floon in a couple of days, so if he's not here to pick it up, I still like money. It doesn't matter who it comes from.
I'll give you one gold.
I know that face. You want to see the ewer again. At this point, he turns it down.
I'll give you 1 gold for the ewer and the crest.
Let me see here. How about 8 gold for both?
I look in the bag and I think to myself, that's almost all my gold. Okay, what about just the crest? Can I get that for 1 gold?
We can do that for 4.
Ooh. Done.
All right. As soon as I lay hands on the gold, you lay hands on Floon's order.
I put the gold one at a time into his hand. 2, 4.
At that point, he closes his hand over. I don't know how I'm going to explain to Floon that his order has gone missing, but if he was on time, it wouldn't be his problem.
Just tell him a Tabaxi stole it, and it happens all the time.
Well, too.
I don't think Floon's alive anyway.
That's exactly what level 1 quests want from you. It's like, hey, go find this dead guy.
He's been missing for 2 days. He's probably dead.
You guys are the worst cops ever.
Look, you get 72 hours before the trail goes cold.
Yeah, in real life, this is fantasy.
So you only get less, or I don't know.
No, you give as much as the DM lets you.
You get as many as your investigation will find.
So at this point, Vash, roll a wisdom check.
Okay. 13?
You get the idea that because there is an order for Floon here at the store, Floon has been here before. And the fact that the store owner knew Floon's name has known Floon.
Oh.
Tell me I see Vash actually do that.
You do. At that point, Vash is about to step out the door and... Oh.
Do you
In
know
a pure,
Floon?
Yes, I told you his name multiple times already. You bought Floon's order.
Oh, I thought I was just thinking about something.
When did you last see him?
Oh. A little bit less than 2 days ago. He and one of his friends were heading over to the Sewer Dragon. They were drunk off their ass. And then later that night, I had 4 individuals ask, did you see Floon, just like you're doing right now? He went to the Skewer Dragon, drunk off his ass. They don't look as friendly as you guys do right now. Well, except for him, the one that hasn't talked yet. But you two, you look friendlier than those. I have to say, they look roughly as unfriendly as your third friend.
So you saw those guys the same night you saw Floon?
Yes. I thought they just wanted to drink with him.
Did those guys have any markings or anything on them? Anything
They had
remarkable?
cloaks. They were wearing black. They looked like they were not in a position to answer questions
Black
because they
cloaks.
didn't want to. One of them looked like he liked really terrible music. I don't know that for a fact. It's just a guess.
What race were they?
Oh, they ran a lot. There's a couple of humans, a half elf. I think one of them was. I don't know. Was it a halfling? Was it a dwarf? I'm not sure. Other than with, I really don't have any good. Look, I can tell you with great confidence that it wasn't a foaling. Foaling? Holing? Talling? Questions to ponder.
Seems like all signs point to the skewered dragon.
Oh, the skewered dragon. Yes. I don't know why I didn't think of that. It's just across the street.
Oh.
That's a third sign. Farm, what do you think? Want another drink?
I think we're done here. I think we need to get out.
Okay.
If you ever need any more lavender-scented supplies, please come back to Old Zablob's shop.
Yeah, are you Zoblob?
No. Why?
Well, that's confusing.
Who? What?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Okay, bye.
Goodbye forever.
Until you need another trinket. All right, and I can't wait to retire that NPC.
I'm like looking at the crest and like, guys, this is really cool. Like, I don't know what we're gonna do with it, but it's really cool.
All right. At this point, we'll be entering a location. I think this is a good stopping point so that we details.
Okay.
It's fine.
Yep. But can I tell you, as for an introduction episode where we're supposed to be, this was fucking hilarious. Dan, your character, and everything that I know about your character, I can't veil because it's amazing.
Yes.
Yeah, but everyone out in the internet that listen to Jenkins and Drag Clark, you'll so right being back in this chair, and we'll be continuing Water Deepin' and Dragon Heistin' all the way through the summer.